To get my webcam to work too, that would be great. There we go. Thank you. Now, there we go. Oh my god, that was horrible. There you go. There we go. So can I get something working? No, I got it working. There we go. Ha ha ha. We are literally just now waiting, so yeah. So now I'll do in the free time. Where is it? Here we go. Where is it? There we go. Because why not? Why not play some Pac-Man at the moment? There you go. As I'm waiting for this to do work right now. Oh no, I'm looking for a second word. There you go. Oh. It's a no. Okay, so let me do something real quick. Not what I wanted. Okay. Things don't want to work today. There we go. Awesome, we got things working. Yay.
I'm here.
Oh my god, after I just set up Pac-Man to play while waiting for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I accidentally slept in till like 4.
Yeah,
and
I noticed that very much.
I didn't mean to. It wasn't on purpose, but I was just like, my cerulean clock is going every which way. I'm still trying to figure out what time is.
What is time?
I don't know what time is.
I want to play some Pac-Man after just setting this up. I want to play it.
Alright. That's cool. That's cool.
I'm starting. I want to play just a little bit. Figure out how this works.
No, you're good.
How do I play it on this one? Oh. Okay, I just used the control arrows. Awesome. Waka 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 waka. Waka 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 waka. Nope, nope, nope. Waka 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 waka. If I somehow magically get this entire level done out of pure fun, I'm gonna be so impressed with myself.
Yes. You are an impressive person, so I can see it happen.
Well,
I also...
Because with Pac-Man, there is a pattern you have to follow sometimes in order to get this level finished. And I just died.
Aww. I haven't even had proper caffeination yet. I think that's why I lost track of time, because I was still working on caffeinating myself and also trying to figure out... I have a 5-page paper that's due tomorrow evening. So... I was like,
so cute. 5-page paper. Aw, so adorable. Damn it!
No, it's a final, so that's the only thing that's kind of like stressing me out about it. It's like, this class was really arbitrary. And then like, he was like, oh, by the way, at the very end, you're gonna have to write a 5-page paper. And of course I put it off until last second. Because I am like that.
That's how I am. What are you talking about?
Great minds, right?
Yes, I want to quit this level. I wanted to do one level, damn it. Now I gotta get back and pull up the thing. And my dad's gonna be so upset because I'm not on the internet server he wants me to be on. Because our 5 gig Wi-Fi does not like me streaming.
Oh no!
I don't know why.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god, if I can fucking do shit. There we go. Ha 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 ha. And the other webmaster Nora suggested does not like to work for me half the time, apparently.
Oh no.
I'm just like, you know what, forget that. I'm not gonna even bother. I'm not even bothered by it.
I ain't even bothered.
I ain't bothered. I love how I'm in the one group you tell me, but I just don't post shit.
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
I'm putting on there we're streaming, so.
Alright. Yeah, my server kinda died after a little bit.
So did mine, don't worry. Hey man. Excuse me.
Nice. Solid.
I'm eating Munchios and Dark Knight Dr. Pepper, and I just had those Disney foodies because I was like, I want apples and cheese. Then I have an apple pie waiting to be eaten. I promise I'm an adult.
Yeah, I promise.
I promise. No, but whenever you're ready.
I have it pulled up. I'm great to go. I just might be a wee bit still out of it. I'll probably have to like multitask and read and caffeinate at the same time. What
Okay.
multitasking that is.
No.
Drinking.
No, okay.
Huh?
So, speaking of which, I don't know where my vodka went. It disappeared.
Oh no.
No, what I'm laughing at is somebody, Katya retweeted somebody's like that said your rap name is Young plus the last thing you spent your money on. Young phone case featuring high heel women farting, and then she posted a picture of it.
Oh my god. That's
like,
beautiful.
I'm done. I am done.
What did I last spend money on? I'm trying to think now.
Young Munchios.
Young Cheetos.
I
What
spent
did
my
I
money on
last-
food.
Yeah, I think I did too. What
Otherwise,
did
that would be Young Saint Row.
Young Dairy Queen. I think that's the last thing I spent money on. Young Dairy Queen.
The other last thing I spent money on was season 3 of Teen Titans.
I almost spent my money on copywriting a phrase just to annoy a friend of mine, but it was a little too much.
Yeah, earlier I was watching and I'm holding it up shamelessly promoting the Teen Titans Judas contract. And they started cringing when they literally was like, we're going to actually follow the fucking comic book. And have Tara trying to seduce Slade. I'm like, no. You guys take that out for a reason. Little kids watch this. So let's instead put it in our animated movie series.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I cringe so hard. Like, it was
The cringe
ridiculous.
is real.
The cringe was real. Like, absolutely real for me. But, alright, let me eat this one more the chip, and then I'll start eating.
Sounds good.
My chips are yummy, thank you. And it's only $2 a bag.
Nice.
There you go, Machiro, sponsor me. I'll eat your chips on stream.
I'll take sponsoring from Dairy Queen. I'll eat Dairy Queen on stream. Did you know about their $6 lunch special, or their $6 special?
Yeah.
And if you upgrade $1, you get a small blizzard.
Yeah.
Or you can actually have $5, and then it'll be $6 altogether. But
yeah,
I'm
the closest Dairy Queen for me is a 15-minute drive, and I'm like, that's not even worth it at the moment.
The closest Dairy Queen to me is a 30-minute drive. Get on my level. No, I just happen to be in town.
My favorite faux noodles is 2 hours away.
Oh, God.
Get on my level, bitch. My favorite fried cheese curds is Disney World. Definitely get on my level.
If you drive all the way to Disney World just to get cheese curds, then yeah, I will never be able to get on that level. I will admit this now.
Trust me, I would if I had money.
Same.
That was the first time I ever heard my dad say orgasmic. They were that good.
Oh my God.
All right.
I would probably, like, at the age that I went to Disney World, that would have probably, like, traumatized me for life. I heard my dad say that at the age that I went to Disney World. I would have been like, what?
I was in college, so I wasn't traumatized. All right, now let's get back into the saddle. We are here back with the Hero Rises, and I think we are coming close to the end. And I love how I'm doing this with a Transylvanian accent. Yeah, because then we'll do part 3, then we'll do Redemption Season, and then hopefully by that time we'll have them all done, and the new one will be out. Zach, I'm looking at you. You probably will never see this, except for my tweets. But I'm watching. I see your Instagram stuff. I see your tweets.
I see your tweets.
I follow your tweets. Alright. Chapter 11. Nullify. The smell of incense burns your nostril, and you wonder how much longer this will take. The last place you want to be is in a meek ceremony, but you were forced to go as part of the Hero Project schedule. Even then, you were inclined to skip it until you heard what was happening after the ceremony. The deacon closes the meek's constitution from his spot atop the stage, clasping his hands and bowing in deference. You thought you might hear a reading or two from the meek's special text, but there was none of that. Apparently, one must take an adequate donation to the movement to be worthy of receiving that privilege. Cough, 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 cult.
Right?
No. I don't want to get attacked online, so I'm not going to say my other thing. I'll say when we get off stream.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. When you hear what it is, you'll understand why. I'm like, no. The ceremony presides over by a deacon who looks more like the age movie star than anything else. It was mostly a series of arbitrary rituals and readings from articles about recent power mishaps. Okay then.
I mean, It kind of makes sense that that would be his. Yeah.
All of which serve to boil your blood, but you'll get your chance to respond. The real reason you're here is for the debate about power rights between several of the Hero Project's finalists, and it's taking place after the ceremony and will be moderated by Konstantin Ottbach herself. And you cannot wait to weigh in. We're gonna fuck some shit up, people.
Oh, yeah.
Yo. Hold. I must admit, I'm terribly excited. I love how all my female voices are the same because I can't do that anymore.
Oh.
I must admit, I'm terribly excited about this event. We of the Meek believe in an open, honest exchange of ideas to bring further towards humble inheritance. Constance sits perched in front of you, a tight smile spread across her plain face. She wears her hair pulled in a bun, paired with modest makeup in a traditional suit. But you can tell that the hair and makeup were carefully done by top-notch stylists, and the suit must have cost a fortune. Very sucklish humble indeed. There we go. I'll just do this for her. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome our panel from the Hero Project, Outspoken Power Equality Advocates Summit. Two of the most prominent and info-powered individuals, the crushing Captain Hammer, our future first son, Aaron Victon, known popularly as Jerry, and finally our very own Meek Hero Inherent. The audience goes wild with a pause after those two's last introduction. It's no secret that the Meek have been capitalized contributors to the Victon campaign, backing his platform of power regulation. And even though the Victons have been performing well in the national debate, the polls are evenly split, which means this race is particularly down to the wire, considering the election Tuesday is coming up next week. Ooh. Part 1 of the Hero Project's big finale will be airing the next day. So no matter what, jury's exposure on the Hero Project has been very, very good thing for the Victon campaign. Though you're going to do anything to try to lessen the Victon's chance of success, now is the time. We here at the Meek Movement condemn all the finalists' many success, both inside and outside the competition, individually and collectively, Constantine continues, glancing at the rest of the section of the final 9 seated in the audience. The Hero Project serves as the perfect example of how diverse ideological representation can be. Can come together in true American tradition. That sounds like the Republicans.
Right.
But our time is short today, so let us begin. Constantine shifts in her swivel chair. Our first topic for discussion is the rise of the Infinity Powers and its role in our ever-changing society. Perhaps Captain Hammer would like to start us off by commenting on how Infinity Powers have changed his lives. Actually, I have a question for you. You respond, gearing up. Now's your chance to speak up, so you better not waste it. Alright. What exactly do the Meek believe? What are you really, a political party or a new religion? What does the Meek movement think should happen to power people? How are Inherent's man-made powers any different from mine? How can power people be sure Mayor Victon and the Meek won't start rounding us all up, dampening our powers, or imprisoning us?
Oh,
I think I've said enough for now. Wait, who just messaged me?
Yeah, we just started.
So, which one do you think?
I think like an opening would probably be the first one, as honestly, like kind of like low key. I think that fits.
Okay. Alright. The Meek movement is founded on the fundamental belief that the Meek shall inherit the earth, meaning that its humanity is imperative to regulate the power rise with grace and humanity. Well, that's all well and good, you start, but it really answers nothing. It just sounds like a fancy way of saying you're a cult founded to persecute people you fear, people who are different from you, and you haven't said one word about why you actually believe powers are such a bad thing. Or, wait, do I have to pay to get to that level of meek enlightenment?
Ooh.
Shit.
Nice. Shit, man.
We here at the Meek Movement are used to fielding such heinous, bigoted misinterpretations of our belief. You're the ones who founded a movement to further hatred towards an entire demographic of people, and I'm the bigot?
Damn.
So do you want to go to the next one?
Yeah.
Because I think we can ask them all, so I don't think it matters in the order, really.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Oh, God, I gotta do jury. Shit.
Uh,
I can take this one. That one, jury says, the meek believe, much like my father does, that all citizens, powered or not, thrive when there are stricter regulations regarding powers, especially the infinity powers. Great, but what exactly does this regulation call for? When I was a little girl, I worshipped my older sister. Constantine cuts in. She was my role model, and in my eyes, she was perfect. Until the day she developed powers. That's when everything changed. She became obsessed with stardom, with the idea that her powers can transform her into someone else. My family begged her to stay, but she moved to Millennia City, where she was killed by another powered individual senselessly after 2 days. The crowd grows silent as tears filled Constantine's eyes, tears you can tell to come at a perfect moment every time she delivers a speech. How can you tell me that finding ways to help power people regulate their their gifts, is something not worth fighting for? Constantine finishes, stirring applause from the audience. I'm very sorry that happened to your sister, you say. And you can hit me with the many party lines and sob stories you want, but till you tell me exactly what it is you stand for, this means absolutely nothing. I'm sorry you feel that way, Constantine says without offering any further response.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is...
Alright, inherit now.
Talk about inherit.
I earned my powers through more ways more natural to man, through science and innovation, Inherent says. And how's that more natural than being born with them, you return? You didn't earn anything. The meek spent the money they used ripping off their followers to buy that for you. I've worked my entire life to hone my powers. How is that not earning it? However hard you may have worked, Summit jumps in, there is nothing I could have never ever done in my life to have the powers that you do. And that's not how a capitalistic democracy should work. That's exactly how it should work. Everyone is born with different circumstances and skills. A capitalistic democracy is about giving each citizen the same opportunity to use those skills to overcome their background through hard work. And I should know, you can actually absolutely have the powers I do. Look at Inherent. Or yourself. Where is there a will, there is a way. And they may not be exactly the same, but shouldn't our society value diversity? Says the one with near opposite power, someone says. There are people on the top are always fine with the status quo.
Oh, jeez. Alright. How can empowered people be sure?
Yeah, hold on one second. I gotta reply to something. Alright. That's a grossly inaccurate exaggeration. Constantine barks. Is that really? You near shout. Mayor Victon has threatened me and my family countless times and has proven. It has proven what? Jerry interrupts. Proven that he has made Millennium City a safer place to live. Proving that he wants to help infinity powers like the Crush. Proving that he stands for justice governing our most powerful citizen. Or is that he isn't afraid to stand against those who act without responsibility or experience. Jury says this last part directly at you and you nearly explode.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay. Mayor Vinton has proven by aligning with a cult like the Meek that there is no lines he won't cross for his own political gain. You say slowly and deliberately, Mayor Vinton destroyed my family in the name of justice, but his only agenda was boosting his own career. It's unfortunate that you feel that way, Jerry says, but it would seem very few others agree with your version of history on this matter. You consider firing back, but as you look around the audience and the reaction, you're not sure if you're going to do more harm than good on this particular subject. I think I've said enough for now. I don't know Inherent's voice again. After all,
It was.
no,
yeah,
that was Summit. Summit was like, "Hey, yeah." After all what has happened to your own parents, how can you not see the light? Inheritance suddenly cuts in. You turn to Inherent for a moment. Your vision flashes red with anger. This kind of anti-power rhetoric is exactly what took your parents away from you in the first place. I believe Mayor Vinton. No, the crush was that. Shit. I believe in Mayor Vinton and what he stands for. No, wait. Shit, I don't remember the voices. Fuck. The crush says before you lash out, maintaining it almost eerie calm. However, you, meek people, fear and hate power people, and would like nothing more than to see us all murder. But you hide then the dark truth with your smiles and rhetorics. You speak of open conversation, but you have no interest in anything but a platform to toot your shelter views. Trust me, I was the king of that once, but not today. And with that, the crush stands out, takes off his microphone, and walks off stage.
You go, Crush.
I am not going to yell this voice. This is exactly the kind of superiority complex, that kind of dismissive attitude that will doom the infinity, Constantine yells after the crush, essentially boos from the crowd. Your powers affect you, affect us all, in ways you cannot understand. This is exactly. Thank you for the openness and the honesty, you say, standing following the crush. It has been a true revelation. Part of you wants to say more, but a part of you knows that participating any further won't help anything. You spoke your piece, and you have to hope the people are out there willing to listen. Alright. You sit in silence in the Hero Project transport across from Gigi, who is clearly searching for the right words to start a conversation after that debacle. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Not particularly wanting to talk to anyone at the moment, you look out the window and catch another glimpse of one of the Hero Project finalists' hollow billboards. That looks like a few things have changed. The eliminated finalists are now grouped together by place. What? Matt Girl. I'm sorry, Matt Girl. We love her. I'm picking her. 12th place, Mac.
Yeah. Well.
Alright.
Oh, boy.
The remaining 9 finalists have updated storylines too. What the hell? All which have updated in your meat chips shows stat screen to show further review. Inherent, the front son. Jury, the first son. Stage show, the independent woman. Null, the dark horse. Lucky, the comeback kid.
Aww.
Hold on, I'm reading. Something happened, and I'm just reading what's going on here.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, it's like a lot of personal things that are happening, which we'll talk about tomorrow during our D&D game. Wintry, the rising star. The Crush, the inspiration. Summit, the soulless. Captain Hammer, the chameleon. I say we look at us and why we're that. Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the chameleon.
Oh, it doesn't say. So hold on, I'm gonna go to show stats and see what they were saying about us. Okay, hold on. Oh, it doesn't say much, but everything else it's like, hey, we're gonna look at everything else. Whatever your public image may be, you know that you've been fighting an uphill battle this entire competition, and that you've beaten all the odds to still be here, which is exactly what you've done your entire life. There's no denying that Inherent, Jury, Summit, the Crush, and Null have been the five strongest and most consistent performers throughout the competition. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you, Luckily, Wintry, or Stage Show should be counted out. It only means that these last 3 eliminations are bound to be shockers. Listen, there isn't much to say about Thursday's vote. Gigi starts, knowing that it's better to bring up the debate mess he just forced into you. And when you don't immediately bite his head off, Gigi goes on. Since only you, Noel, and Jury are eligible for an elimination vote, each of your individual 2 votes automatically go to the other 2 finalists, canceling out each other, which means that the other 6 finalists control the vote. You've been trying to avoid thinking about the vote as long as possible because you already know what Gigi's about to say next. The populars have you outnumbered 3-1 on the vote. Given the way that someone is likely to vote, I don't know. Just look here. Gigi pulls up a meat chip holo display, finding it difficult to make eye contact to you, and you see why. Projected 6 place votes. Lucky, Noel and Jury. The Crush, Noel and Jury. Summit, Captain Hammer and Jury. Inherit, Noel and Captain Hammer. Wintry, Noel and Captain Hammer. Stage Soul, Noel and Captain Hammer. Doing the math in your head, that would make 5 votes for Noel, 4 for you, and 3 for Jury. But wait, if Lucky and the Crush switch their votes to Noel to me, wouldn't that make Noel and Jury tie for 3? And wouldn't that make Jury nominated as well? You ask, rearranging the votes in your head. Yes, that would be the case. But actually, the probability of how Lucky and the Crush will end up voting with your approval, I just don't want to overwhelm you with a tally that shows you nominated as a unanimous vote. Gigi pauses, the manages to make eye contact to you. Even with the 3 of you all nominated, there's little chance Jury will lose the public vote. Believe me, I've seen the research. I suppose there's a tiny outside chance if the media got a hold of something truly shocking, but Rexford isn't bound to let that happen in the short time we have, especially given the jury's campaign of exposure and performance in the competition so far. Gigi trails off, his face growing grim. It just seems that either you or Noel will be going home Thursday night. You don't know what to say. And actually, you can't say anything to show Gigi how close you really are to the girl under the Noel mask, or how devastating the news is. Is there anything we could do to take Jury down? Yes, hoping Gigi has come up with some brilliant scheme. Captain Hammer, you need to listen to me when I say this, Gigi says, growing uncharacteristic serious. Jury is staying, and don't try to do anything that will change to be a monumental waste of time and energy. You open your mouth to object, but Gigi sends you another look. Trust me, don't bother. Slugger. But listen, this might be an actual good thing, Gigi says. It would be fairly impossible for you to beat Jury in a head-to-head public vote right now. So it's better for you to go against Noel. I mean, she has performed well and certainly has a steady following, but she seems to scare just as many people as she attracts. Plus, I have a pretty good record. You can't really trust her, Gigi adds. If I were you, I would do whatever you could to take Noel down this week. Thanks for the advice, but no, absolutely not. Just stay silent. We just stay silent because we all know the truth.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I better hope you're better than Noel, chickadee, Gigi says, turning away from you, pal. Because come Thursday, it's going to be you or her. All right, hold on. All right. You sit silently across from Jenny in her Noel suit, and even though you are protected by her anti-surveillance haze for a limited time, neither of you are sure where to begin. You still haven't decided if you tell Jenny about what's going on with your Infinity Powers later, or Rebellion's pump offer, so you let Jenny speak first. Your turn.
Alright. We shouldn't waste time talking about things we can't change, Jenny says, but I do have something really important to tell you, and I need you to hear, and I need for you to hear me. You nod, knowing that Jenny is right. There's nothing to say that will make the situation any better. My investigation has taken quite a disturbing turn, Captain Hammer. I just had an unexpected breakthrough. Remember when I used that EMP to shut down Inherit's me chip during the last mission? You nod, remembering it vividly. I noticed something when the EMP went off. It's set to target Inherit's specialized power-generating me chip signature. There should have been one signal on the scene, but there were 2. And the second signal was coming from Jury's me chip. You blink at Ginny, trying to put together what that means. Wait, are you saying that Jury isn't really powered? Does this mean Jury has extra powers we don't know about? Do Jury and Inherit's meat chips have something else in common? Maybe this just generates Jury's flight powers? Or could that be what generates Jury's multivision powers?
Sorry, give me a second. Alright, I say Jury isn't really powered.
I mean, yeah, that seems to make sense, kinda.
Alright.
It could be that, or anything else, really. I don't know yet, Ginny answers. But that's not what matters in the scheme of things. What does matter is that the Meek must have funded Jury's Meat chip power generator, since the signal was identical to Inherit's Meek Meat chip signal. This isn't terribly shocking, given the Meek's connections to the Victim campaign. Still, I decided to do some digging, and I found these unique Meek chips. Meek meat chips also have specialized transmission frequency, one that Inherit and Jury have both been using to communicate securely with the Meek. Once again, not terribly shocking. Ginny pauses, obviously building up to her big reveal. What is potentially shocking, however, Ginny starts, is I picked up one more Meek transmission signal coming from the Constant Mansion last night. Oh, Contestant Mansion last night.
Who is it from?
Oh, yeah, that's you. The signal is scrambled, so I can't tell whose meat chip the third transmission is coming from, Ginny answered. It could be anyone, really, and it could be completely harmless or just a regular Meek member on the Hero Project staff. But the thing is, the high security nature of the transmission suggests otherwise. And, well, putting all the pieces together...
Spit it out! You say, Ginny isn't usually this cautious, but what's holding her back?
I think this could be the anti-government terrorist mole we've been looking for, Ginny sighs. And if the mole is connected to the Meek, I think this is where your Infinity tip comes in. If there really is a Meek mole in the Hero Project, they might be here to carry out some kind of terrorist plot against the Infinity Powers. Excuse me, sorry.
Right.
Yeah. Your mind spins. Could that be really true? And if it is, who do you think this Meek mole could be? You immediately begin running through the options, trying to find the most likely one.
God, there's a lot of options.
That's a good amount of options right there.
Alright. I bet anything to have one of the populars working with the Inherit and Jury. The eliminate finalist is nearby. Summit claims to be as anti-Meek as he is anti-power, but what would be perfect? The Crush has done unspeakable things in his past. Rexford, Rebellion, Gigi, Lucky, anybody, Scoundrel, whatever it has to do, or Ginny's things. Ginny's doesn't have enough evidence. I want to say Summit.
Yeah, I'm thinking Summit too.
Yeah. No. You've never trusted Summit, and he's always had it out for you and the Crush. It's you.
Right. I'm not ruling anything out yet. Any scenario could still be viable, Ginny continues. We're working on sorting this all out and decoding that third Meek transmission. But until we do that, we don't know enough to stop whatever they're potentially planning. And with the finale coming up, we're running out of time, Ginny says, pinching her elbow. Hearing this, you feel your heart plummet into your stomach. Which means that you and the crush might be in danger here, Lip, Ginny finally says. I wish that there was a way for us to send Jerry home instead, but we both know he's untouchable right now, and the fact that it's down to just me and you for tonight's vote makes this 10 times harder, but I can't guarantee it's safe for you here. And I can't continue to investigate if I get eliminated either, Ginny finishes. Which means I have to ask you to go home, Lip.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Phone just went off. Oh god, give me a second.
It's okay.
Give me a second to mute things real quick.
You're good, you're good.
Give me a second. I'm on stream. Just let me mute real quick. And step away. Alright. Gotta remember how to do.
Alright. I can still hear you. Is all well and good? Welcome back, and of course.
I have to unmute it now.
Right. No, I meant that as in like, yeah, go ahead. I just.
All right. So now we're back.
We are back.
All right. So hit the next. You can barely look at Jenny. Can barely look at you as she says this. You know how tough this must be for her. You and Jenny have been working for this investigation for weeks, but maybe both of you want to find something that isn't really there. Do you think there could be an actual danger threatening you here? And if so, could it really be engineer your own exit from the Hero Project? This is still a pretty big warning from Jenny, but it's also just that, a warning, not a guarantee. Still, if you don't sacrifice yourself, will allowing Jenny to go home and stopping her investigation be a big mistake. Not just for you, but for Jenny's career as a government agent. Though you can't help but to think that you have much more at stake with your own heroic career, winning this show would change your entire life forever. How could you possibly decide between your dreams and Jenny? Let's be honest here. Let's be completely honest. We already know the decision, don't we?
Right.
We're gonna help Jenny.
Of course. Yeah, we always.
Jenny.
We're too, at least us as players, we're too selfless to not. Yeah, we're very invested in Jenny.
All right. These are very tough questions, but your gut really tells you all you need to know. And I'm going to assume we're just going to go with the first one. I trust you 100%.
Yeah.
Jenny just hugs you, not needing to say anything else. You don't know exactly what you're going to do yet, but you know that you trust Jenny and that you'll figure this out together. I'm curious, are we at 100% with Jenny? No.
No,
I think it's stuck. I think the highest we could go is 92.
Oh, come on.
No, 97, not 92.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't, but you do trust Jenny and that you'll figure this out together.
I know this is a lot for you to take in, Jenny says, standing up. You should take some time to think it over. And with that note, Jenny walks away, leaving you to do just that.
Later that day.
It's Rexford.
Oh, God. I hate doing his voice. I just hate the character in general.
He's so smarmy.
Mm-hmm. Ah, Captain Hammer, thanks for making this time to see me. Rexford says, please, sit. As you settle into Rexford's ultra-modern green and gold sofa, you want to laugh, because you both know this little meeting was mandatory, like most of your scheduled time since being on the Hero Project. Following your meeting with Jenny, you've been trying to decide what to do all day. Unfortunately, you're no closer to knowing the right move than you were all those hours ago. And time is running out. But for now, it's best to hear what Rexford has to say before you make any final decisions. Excuse me. Oh. Excited for tonight's mission episode? It's a great one, even after that whole Millennia Group disaster. Rexford says, sitting down across from you. I must say I'm terribly pleased with how our fans are investing in you, Captain Hammer. They seem to find you very relatable. Your story is one that many people can connect with in some way, which is why I want you to do well while I have you on my show. I truly do. Now tell me, have your infinity powers been working since you decided not to take Rebellion's help? Okay. You should have known that Rexford would have been clued in on this whole pump thing. You suppose he just does own the Hero Project and the AP, after all.
Yeah, this is true. I don't need drugs. I appreciate the offer, but I'm doing great on my own. Don't have to worry. They're working just fine. Or, sorry. This makes me think. I'm learning how to use my infinity powers at my own pace. I mean, as far as anyone who doesn't know how cautious we're being, we as the player are being. I mean, especially Rexford, it's just not his business.
Nope.
That's just all I can think about. I'm like, it's really not his business.
We don't have the option. It's none of your fucking business.
Right? It's not your fucking business.
None of your fucking business, Rexford. I say the third one. You don't have to worry. My powers are working just fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you feel that you've handled it. It was quite a show watching you go against the Crush. I can tell you it gets a lot of play in tonight's episode, Rexford says. But anyways, I really brought you here to talk to you about tomorrow's vote.
Of course.
Give me a second.
It's okay.
Alright. I was disheartened that you ignored my advice about voting popular last time. I know it must be been a hard decision, but if you learned nothing from this experience, at least learn this. Sometimes the end really do justify the means, and when you're trying to serve the greater good. Rexford stands and begins to pace the room as he works up a good traumatic moment. It's like he's still posing for the cameras, even though you know they're not there to film a meeting like this.
Right.
Being a hero is about being a figure that people can look up to. It's about inspiring the masses. It's up to us to make the tough calls and the calls that no one else can make.
Oh yeah, because you're so good at that, Rexford.
For us, there's no such thing as right or wrong, good guys or bad guys. There are only those who could do what we must be done and those who can't. In Captain Hammer, we must be strong enough to do what works and what will produce results. You blink at Rexford. He's obviously building something here with this grand speech, trying to affect you some way. Even that, still, I agree with what Rexford's saying. I couldn't disagree with him. I know he's full of shit, no matter what. If I wasn't suspicious of him before, I certainly am now.
Yeah, for real.
Let's do the last one, because let's be real. It's like,
yeah, let's be real.
After Jenny's info bomb drop earlier today, you can't help but to hear everything with your ears. Here's the truth, Captain Hammer. Rexford says, Null makes me nervous. Of all my little heroes, I know the least about her. She's truly a blank page, which is rather shocking in this day and age, don't you think? Rexford doesn't wait for an answer, continuing to pace the room. You're Null's roommate. She requested you personally, as a matter of fact. I thought it was being a rather curious request at the time, but I let her slide, because I knew eventually, being Null's roommate, you would see or hear something the rest of us wouldn't. She may be anti-surveillance whiz, but her guard can't truly be up all the time. Am I right?
What are you asking? You ask, not liking where this is headed.
Gigi tells me that you know that you'll be nominated against Null tomorrow. It's rather unavoidable, I'm afraid.
Oh, right. Yeah, because you really cared that much.
And if it were up to me, Captain Hammer, you'd stay. Null's an anomaly, and I don't like anomalies. So, help me help you. Give me something I can use against Null. Something I can link before America's vote tomorrow, Rexford says, approaching you. Tell me who Null really is underneath that mask of hers. You stare up at Rexford, your blood's running cold. I don't know anything! Let's be real.
You would be like,
we are Jon Snow. We know nothing.
Yeah, we're Jon Snow. I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Better think of something, Rexford starts, because if I don't have anything big to use against Null, I'm afraid what the press might uncover about you instead. What? Nothing else to focus on. You know how terribly ravenous they can be. Look at poor black magic. Oh, how quickly the mighty can fall. Redford looks at you dead in the eye, barely giving you time to sort out the series of veiled threats he just threw your way. But however Rexford might try to disguise it, his message is clear. Give up something on Noel, or make sure you get eliminated in some brutal way. Slugger.
In a brutal way. Jeez, like, nah, never mind. Like, can't we just treat it like a normal competition? I'm like, nah, that's never what it was in the first place, so.
Yeah. Alright. The mission episode goes live in 15 minutes. The PA says, poking her head in through Rexford's door before disappearing again. Rexford nods, turning to you. I'm afraid that means our time has run out, he says, grabbing his suit jacket. But listen, Captain Hammer, if you do this, I fear you compromise now for the silly competition. You evaluate yourself to a place where you do some real good. Once we create the AP, we will have the power to save the entire world. Don't you see that? You stare at Rexford, taking a deep breath. Could you really tell Rexford Noel is Jenny just to save yourself? After what Jenny just shared with you about her investigation, what's truly the right thing to do here? Could there be a way out of this competition to protect Jenny? Or should you just stand up for your dreams no matter what the cost is? As your mind races, you think about what has happened to the cast of these reality shows. No matter how promising they seem with the temporary spotlight on them, the moment it disappears, it's nearly impossible for most of them to recapture the same glory. Slugger, you've seen it happen with your whole career with the whole prodigal incident. Because your career really survived 9th place finish on the Hero Project. Then again, could your relationship with Jenny survive this kind of betrayal?
I mean, I don't think it could, honestly.
No.
And I don't think it should if we betrayed her like that. I would personally tell Jenny, I'd be like,
No, Bob.
Girl, you better walk away.
No, boo. That's how it'd be, like, no, boo-boo.
No, boo.
The room seems to spin around you. After everything you've been through, how could it all boil down to this? Sell out your best friend or see your own dreams go up in flame? One thing that matters than all the rest, you know that at the end of the day, your parents are watching and what happens on the Hero Project. You want to do what would make them proud. So, Captain Hammer, Rexford asks, are you willing to make the sacrifices necessary to change the world? I'm afraid I need your answer now. So, what's it going to be? Don't tell him anything.
Yeah, don't tell him a slugging thing.
That's very disappointing, Rexford says, turning to go. But then again, what else could I expect from a Gene Hazard loser like you? Before you can open your mouth to respond, Rexford is gone, but all you can think about is you did the right thing. You did the right thing for yourself and for your relationship for Jenny and Jenny's potential investigation. Now you can only hope that someday soon you'll prove Rexford wrong. You stand on the stage as your own elimination journey hollow video plays, and you can't believe your eyes. Last night, Rexford leaks out of content from the Meek debate of you questioning the Meek's belief, attacking Constantine, defaming the mayor, and storming out behind the crush. You didn't think this could do any real damage, but organizations like the Meek... I knew you were there because I heard the cat. Like the Meek and the Victim campaign had a field day with this tidbit, especially because you were officially blocked from making any kind of response statements by the Hero Project's producers. It seems that your enemies were able to control the media narrative and let the spin out of control they wanted. Could this been what Gigi meant when he said... Hold on. Come here. There you go. When you can never beat Jury. Jury's positive image skyrocketed after this leak. Did Gigi know Rexford would make something happen like this? Though many of your friends saw this as a ploy for what it is, it did do enough damage to your national image to drag you down your public vote. And because of Noel's steady rise in popularity, you knew it was going to be a close call to begin with. Really, Kat? So when the finalist nominations plays out as Gigi has projected, you're eliminated in the public's votes in ninth place, which means that Noel has made it into the final 8 without you. And despite your sacrifice, the public will never know what you did for Jenny in her investigation, though you wouldn't have had it any other way. Really? Really? You have to do this with me as I'm holding you and loving you? Okay, I'm putting you down then. You're gonna do that. Ooh. That's what happens. No. 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 I love you. As the elimination ceremony finally ends, all you can do is crawl into your bed and stay there forever.
Aww.
Stop eating the plastic. No. Is that what that's for? But the moment you walk backstage, you're bombarded with producers who pull you into a million different directions. The first thing they do is lead you past the other finalists, giving them a chance to say their final goodbyes. Of course, someone isn't there to say anything to you. Which you think is better after having no endure empty apologies after the goodbyes from Inherent, Wintry, and Stage Show. You really don't listen to anything you say, knowing odds for the cameras anyways. Besides, everything seems to be happening in blur tonight. Some kind of dream fast forward. The one thing that does stick, however, is when Jerry leans over to handshake to whisper, "Will you get away from my food?" Gotcha again, Apple.
Oh, jeez.
You're about to punch Jerry in the face. It kills you that you couldn't take him down while you were here. But before you can, the Crush taps you on the shoulder, looking sadder than you've ever expected. Terribly sorry to see you go, Captain Hammer. The Crush says, taking your hand. I wish there was more we could have done to save you. You're nodding at the Crush when Lucky suddenly jumps forward out of nowhere. Oh God, I feel the tears. Hugging you tightly. Baby. Holding back the tear, Lucky kisses you and then whispers in your ear, "This isn't the end lip, I promise you. It's just the beginning."
Oh, he's so precious. Oh, what feelings.
As you step away again, no, Cat. No. Go to the bed and lay down. Do as I say. What am I saying? I'm talking to a cat. As you step away again, you see the judges coming backstage to speak to you. But after Rexford is done with you, you have nothing to say. At least right now. Seeing the look on your face, Noel takes her chance to pull you aside. All you want is Noel to take off the mask, so it's Jenny, your best friend. Can tell you it's going to be okay, but she knows she can't do that. Not here. She can't do that, not here.
I know what you did for me, Captain Hammer, Noel says, placing a hand on your shoulder. Instead. And I swear to you this is for the best. I'm going to make sure of that. You nod at Noel, knowing that this will have to be enough for now. Still, you really do feel that nothing is worth selling my soul, so in the end this was alright. Happy I protected Jenny. Devastated to be cut in 9th place. That I didn't want to be a part of something so corrupt as the Hero Project anyways. That I was right to trust Jenny's warnings.
Happy to protect Jenny.
Happy to protect Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As you finally step away from Noel, you spot Gigi rolling towards you, looking pale and blotchy from crying. And for some reason, that's when it hits you. You've been eliminated. Your mind scrolls through the past 5 months, all the way back to the general auditions. You've been through so much since that day to get here. The semifinals, surviving the final selection, advancing to the live finals, moving on to Constantine's mansion as part of the Final 14. The mission against Kolick in the Midtown Tunnel. God, I'm just gassy today. Aw, that's cute and adorable. Yes, you kissing your brother's adorable. Hey, and I'm getting this look like, bitch, don't you dare say that on locked camera. I did it, Eugene. I said that. Surviving the leaderboard elimination and the 2 votes, navigating through the politics and the backstabbing, losing and gaining allies. But after all that, there's so much more. The Hero Project is over for you. You never get the chance to take down Kolick or join the nation's most powerful elite team. And even though you know you did the right thing, in this moment, you can't help but to feel cold, alone, and afraid. And I'll hope that somehow this isn't the end for you. Part 3, Reality Check.
Reality check.
I think we're near... Yeah, because I think there's 15 chapters, I think.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember.
I'm just surprised that there's more after, like, getting eliminated now.
Well, we gotta deal with Kolick still.
I mean, true, but
because
I
he's
thought
not really in the third one, if I'm right. What you will see in the third one, you're gonna be shocked. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but I think we still get to take down Kolick. So.
I'm in fear.
Yes. Chapter 12. Old Scores. You stand on an empty bridge, screaming and echoing all around. They want to help you. You know they need your help, but you can only find them. You try to open your eyes, but it feels like they've been glued shut. You try to pull your eyelids, but it rips at your eyelashes. The screams get louder, and you just want to help, to see, but the bridge is gone, and you drop. In the life for you, there's no flight but to fall. As Grandma, oh yes, I can do Grandma. Shakes you awake. The nightmare vanishes. Lip, I'm sorry, Grandma says, turning back around. It's still only 4 in the morning, but Kolick is making his final move, and it's live on 3V. Rubbing the sweat off your forehead, you try to pull yourself together. You push the dream from your brain. You haven't had a nightmare like that in months. Will the slugger trigger this one now? But you shake it off and stumble to your feet. You don't want to miss this battle. Oh, I also get to do Rebellion too. You walk down into the living room and thankful to be home. Gigi pulls some strings and arranges for you to stay with Grandma for a few nights before your appearance at the final, instead of being stuck in the eliminated final sequester house. Rexford wasn't happy about it, but you can give a flying slugger what he thinks anymore. Your Grandma had thumb about 100 non-disclosure contracts, but it was all worth it. The Hero Project is airing it with special live coverage, Grandma says as you sit down next to her on the couch. Rebellion is addressing the finalists now. Today we can... My mind just went to David Bowie just beginning to read that.
Oh my god.
Right.
I just like, as soon as you start, I'm like, in Soviet Russia.
Today we cannot just be heroes, Rebellion starts. Today we need to be legends. Today we need to put aside whatever divides us and come together to defend this city, this nation, this humble people. Today we showed the world why the country is so great. We showed them exactly what we have to offer and what we stand for. We showed them that we are not to be threatened. Today is the perfect day. One day we rise before our newly elected president, and 2 days before the six of you will become the nation's first roster of truly elite heroes. And that what makes today perfect day to end Kolick's reign of terror and begin the golden age of the AP. Listening to Rebellion's speech, you can only find his speech inspiring, cheesy, terrifying, boring, or painful. I say cheesy. Let's be real.
It's super cheesy.
Exactly. Now, for the first time, I will be leading you into battle, Rebellion continues. We will have one common goal, to stop Kolick from launching his bioweapon. Kolick is just as obsessed with fame and validation as he is with his misplaced revolution, so that's where we find his greatest weakness. I've also assigned solo submissions for all of you to handle first, working towards that goal. We're going to shake and bake, folks. Oh, God! Really? Shake and bake? Really?
Shake and bake.
Really?
Mm.
Really?
Bringing it back, baby.
That means, to divide and conquer, you'll each be responsible for taking down one Infant Order member before coming together to shut down Kolick's weapon. So here it is. Rebellion pulls up a mission schematic on his speech chip and then turns back to the finalists. First up, Null, you will be responsible for taking down... As Rebellion announces the match up, you have to turn away from the screen. Words can't express how hard it is to have to watch this on 3V and not be there. To not have the chance to take down Kolick and Smithers yourself. It's hard to feel like you're not right back there where you started, watching other people live your dreams. It's just depressing. The impulse to fly across the city and join the battle is overwhelming. But you know that even if you did, I missed most of the showdown by the time I arrive anyway. I know firsthand how tightly controlled the entire area will be. It'll be a full military lockdown to allow the AP to operate. Fighting there would be nothing but make me look sad and desperate. I can never afford the research contract freeze. I say the second one. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Huh.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. As much as it hurts you, you have to sit this one out. I'm proud of you, Lip, Grandma says, placing a hand on each shoulder. I know this must sting, but an alternative would have been completely unthinkable. You force a smile for Grandma, knowing she's right. But right now, knowing doesn't really have anything to do with the feeling. 10 minutes later. Alright. The Hero Project arrived at the scene of Kolik's final stand. It looks like he's chosen an abandoned rail yard outside of Millennium City as the place to launch his anti-morphing bioweapon. You're being invested in the outcome of this battle, no matter what. But seeing that you and Grandma are within range of the bioweapons, taking up things another notch. The Hero Project finalists have already engaged in the Infra Order, and your 3 feet gives you the option to swivel between the different mashups. As the Hollow Minion rolls out, you decide you want to watch. We want to watch Lucky.
Yeah, let's watch Lucky.
Yeah, because the other one I would want to watch actually is The Crush, but Lucky.
Yeah,
because I love
Lucky.
Hashtag relatable grandpa.
Hashtag relatable grandpa. Oh my god.
I'm gonna tweet that to Zach. Hey Zach, hashtag relatable grandpa, aka The Crush. I'm gonna do that real quick.
Oh my god.
Because he knows we stream this.
Right. Hashtag relatable grandpa
AKA
at Zach.
The Crush. No, I'm just like, hey Zach, hashtag relatable grandpa, aka The Crush. And just tweeted to him.
Ayo.
Heyo. Lucky was assigned with an important task to take on Kolik's mysterious engineer and learn how to shut down the bioweapon, which is also a dangerous task, considering there's no intel on this still secret Infra Order member. But as you select this option, you find... Oh god, my heart just dropped a little. You find the screen blank. It looks like the camera somehow lost track of Lucky. Not sure whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. You can only watch the channel automatically switches to the principal coverage featuring Rebellion, Inherent, and Jury. The trio is across the rail yard, as where a crumbling tower still half stands. They've been fighting for their way through a mini army of anti-powers and other deformed followers. It appears Kolik's philosophers on outcastings are shared by many more than just his Infra Order's inner circle. Besides, the anti-gangs and the Splice Circle disband, thanks to you. All the other people had to find some place to belong. With the rest of the finalists were occupied with the Infra Order, Rebellion, Heron, and Jury, managed to take down an entire mini-army, which is annoyingly oppressive. They now charge towards the tower where Kolik and his weapon must be holed up. Okay. As Rebellion, Jury, and Heron approach, they are joined by Null, Wintry, and the Crush. The others must be still in mid-battle. Yes, hashtag relatable grandpa's there. Taken down already. Seeing how this goes down, you decide how much of the mission you can handle watching, knowing that you should probably watch in chronological order despite the Hollow Mission ability to jump around. Kolik's big moment, storming the tower, the aftermath, finish watching with the final scream.
The final screen, jeez. I mean, probably chronological, so like Kolik's big moment,
Yeah.
etc.
All right.
I mean, Zach did just like specifically suggest.
Yeah, watch this in order. As the Hero Project finalists approach the tower, Kolik appears at the top of the stairs. Look at you, pulls of heroes. Because he's buzzing as he does. Thinking you can stop me? Kolik Buzz shouts. But I do not stand alone. I stand for the broken and the trodden, the forgotten and the discard. To stop me is to ignite the fire that burns within twice as hot. It does not matter what to do, because now that my weapon has finally been powered to launch, all of Millennia City will know what it's like to be deformed. And I just realized I'm doing an Italian accent with this. And there will be no more outsiders. No, it's turning into French now. Think of how glorious it will be when we are all the same, all animalistic, all united by one common scar. Okay, now I'm turning into the count. What the shit today? All these lost souls and our lost in our attacks will find renewed purposes as their sacrifice will give power to. As Kola continues to play to the cameras, he doesn't even notice Rebellion crouching and leaping to the air, his super strong legs launching up to him like Kolek. Caught off guard, Kolek shuts up and slashes forwards with his probiotics, but Rebellion twirls around to strike midair. Then grab Kolek by the neck and rips him off the balcony. Kolek unfurls his mosquito wings as Rebellion pulls him down, but Rebellion slams him into the tower head first, disorienting him. Then Rebellion spins so Kolek is pinned underneath him. Helpless and buzzing, Kolek can do nothing but to stop Rebellion from driving him into the ground. As the pile drive lands, you can actually wince at the sound of the sickening squish. Standing up and dusting himself off, Rebellion turns to the nearest camera and says, "Does anyone else have grand ideas they want to try out?" Okay, so Rebellion just straight up murdered him.
Yeah, for real.
Like, shit.
Like, let's acknowledge the fact that our quote-unquote hero just murdered somebody.
Our superhero. That's like Superman.
Our superhero.
Then again, Superman did kill people too. Let's be real.
Eventually.
Injustice. He killed the Joker. He killed Shazam.
He did.
Which
he did indeed.
By the way, oh no, that was an alternate universe. Duh. I was like, they didn't wait. I was like, wait. The first one was an alternate universe.
Yeah, the first one was the alternate universe where, because the Joker killed Lois, and so he felt like a very big need to avenge.
Yeah, because in that universe, Damian was Nightwing, and I was like, no, you don't get to say his name. Then they do that again in the second one. I'm like, you definitely don't get to say his name now after what you did. Oh, hell
yeah, for
no.
real?
Hell no.
Mm-mm.
Call up. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, wait. I was like, what? Hey. Oh, no. Slugger. It looks like there's a reason Kolek and his info orders stayed on the run away from direct confrontation. Because Rebellion just took him down in 10 seconds flat. After all Kolek's done, all the pain and suffering he's caused, and all the fear he has inspired, you have hoped to have a piece of him. But even if you're there, it seems that you would have been much to get Kolek to go around anyways. And the American public need a show of power and strength to prove they are in safe hands. They just receive it. Now, let's see about shutting down this tin can of his. Rebellion says, running towards the tower. So storming the tower.
Have fun storming the castle.
Bye, Mom. We're gonna go take over the castle. Okay. The finalists all follow Rebellion up through the tower, and you really hope that they're not too late to shut down the weapon. The last thing you need is to suddenly grow gills or a snout or something sitting at home. But when the finalists get to the top four, they find Lucky standing there with a smile on his face. Oh, thank God. And that's probably
Lucky.
because a woman lies unconscious at his feet. A young woman that you can assume is the mysterious engineer behind Kolek's bioweapon. She isn't animalistic power, but rather some kind of tech hybrid. Underneath the golden tunic she wears, she has coiled mechanical wings jutting out of her back. They are covered with dozens of different gadgets, upgrades, and inventions. Seeing the winged engineer lying there is also quite the relief, because all those mentions of a mysterious tech genius couldn't help but to bring Prodigal to your mind, even though you knew that can't possibly be true. Meet Splencia, Lucky says, the engineer of Kolek's bioweapon for the animalistic hybridization, and the illegal life force sourcing specialist to help design the transmission for Black Adam's life force channeling powers early in his career. Lucky turns to the nearest camera or gearing up for his next line. I'm proud to have been able to capture this dangerous criminal because there must be zero tolerance when it comes to life sourcing.
Boom! Oh, lucky. Whew.
Slugger.
Whew.
So there wasn't a life-sorcering connection between Black Magic's powers and Kolek's weapon, and the Hero Project must have discovered this connection, set Lucky up for this little public service announcement. Looks like someone's being groomed to be the next Black Magic. Guess what? He's already ours. So.
Yep.
That which is why I've already taken steps to decommission Kolek's and Spalentia's bioweapon. With Lucky behind Kolek's bioweapon lies dormant, and integrally interlocked glowing combination parts that looks not like a giant needle. Please hold all the applause till the end of the show, Lucky says, bowing with a grin. Oh, thank heavens! Baby! Grandma exhales beside you.
She's like, I ship it, I ship it, I ship it.
No, that's not why. It looks like someone else was just as nervous as you about this whole mission. Grandma's not, I'm shipping. It's like, oh, thank God he took it out.
Right.
All things considered, the operation has gone flawlessly. Though you can't help but to think it would have been more ever flawless with you there. The aftermath. The Hero Project has officially stopped the Infra Order's bioterror strike to shut down the Kolek. In this moment, it's pretty amazing. Heroic, even. This is going to be the biggest news story of the year, maybe even of the decade. As Rebellion and the Final 8 propose for pictures in front of the deactivated weapon and the detained Infra Order, all you can think is, you weren't there to be part of it. You try to be happy for Noel and the other finalists, but all you can feel right now is stuck. I have a special announcement, Colton says, stepping out in front of the gathering in his usual suit and tie. Normally, we would be the time for us to trim our numbers down to 7, but given this momentous victory, we here at the Hero Project think of the celebrations in order. Some of the final 8 begin to cheer this news, and you have to admit, you definitely think the finalists deserve some time to enjoy this moment before the axe swings yet again. For all you viewers live with us, be sure to catch a special episode of the Hero Project tonight, which we will show you all the behind-the-scenes footage you did not get to see from this morning's coverage. Then we'll be back here on Wednesday, after the election Tuesday, to announce which 6 finalists will be graduating from the Hero Project and joining the President's premier power team, the AP. It is a jam-packed finale you won't want to miss. Now, I'd like to give Rebellion and our judges a chance to speak, but Colton's interrupted by the sound of a piercing scream. Which is now where we are. The Crush suddenly doubles over, clutching his... No!
No, Crush! No, Grandpa!
I heard the echo as I did that.
Oh, gee.
What on earth? Grandma says, leaning towards the 3V and trying to get a better look at what's going on. Demila even swiffers in her pot beside the couch towards the 3V. Just as she watches intensely, as Lucky places a hand on the Crush's shoulder to see if he's okay. Then, without warning, the Crush screams louder and lashes out with telekinetic fury, sending Lucky reeling backwards. It's about to happen in an instant as the Crush passes out, and all you hear is the sound of Lucky's bones snapping against the nearest wall. After that, there's only one sound of your own heart beating in your ears. Chapter 13, The Showdown. You're thankful that the fabric of your brand new costume feels breathable because you're going to be sweating bullets tonight. The Hero Project's spraying for a glammed up version of everyone's costumes for the big finale. Right now, you get to show yours off on the formal red carpet. As exciting and exhausting it is to be at such a big event, you can't help but to be distracted by everything that's happened in the past 48 hours. Captain Hammer! Captain Hammer! Is that word of Lucky's condition? How do you feel about that? That would be all for now, Gigi says, rolling out in front of you. The finalist needs to get inside the theater for show. Thankful for Gigi's blocking, all you can think is to follow him inside. Even though all the eliminated finalists were invited to the final show with the final 8, not everyone could be here tonight. I'm scared. Today is a most Today is a day of most bittersweet, Colton says, speaking to the audience seated in the massive amphitheater. You know there are thousands of faces out there and millions more behind the cameras, but all you can see is your spot on stage with all the other finalists. Current and eliminated are the bright sprite. There is much more to mourn than there is to celebrate. Colton now continues. But as we have always done here at the Hero Project, We must soldier on, for tonight we finally learned which of the AP heroes will rise. And there's never been a moment. Oh, fuck. I could be Rexford now. And there has never been a moment where heroes are needed more, Rexford says, taking over from the judges panel. If Monday's events have proven anything, it's that we are entering a bold new era in American heroics, an era that's presented a bold new challenge. Thankfully, our heroes are ready to face these challenges under the leadership of our brand new president-elect, who is here with us tonight to witness this momentum occasion, though it may be because he's an important finalist to root for. And the cameras all swivel towards the front and before. Rexford leads the audience in a standing ovation for Mayor Victon. Scratch that. President Victon. What happens when one of the most feared anti-circle powers unleashes his terrifying abilities on one of the nation's most beloved, inspiring heroes? It sparks a flame. Is there a reason why you're hiding behind my guitar? It sparks a flame that spreads like wildfire across the country. The moment Lucky and the Crush were wheeled away and the media storm began. Of course, the Meek were the first to jump and join in by the president and the new Hollow News networks. Anti-power sentiments raining, exploding as wild theories regarding the Crush's outburst circulated. It was like watching a bubble burst, laying loose a tide of unresolved anxiety. You knew there were anti-power sentiments shimmering under the surface of this nation's policies after the death wave, but you had no idea it was this widespread. And all of this happened the day before the president election, where power regulation was one of the biggest hot-button issues, which led Victon to win, and rather by landslide. Okay, I already see Lucky, so I'm thinking we're both we're worried about Lucky.
Yeah.
We're worried about Lucky. You need to hear if he's okay. The Crush and Lucky were rushed to the hospital right after the incident, and there's no been words on their condition since. No one's been allowed to visit, so you're waiting to hear how they're doing with the rest of the nation. You're sure there will be an update during tonight's finale. There has to be. You can't stop thinking about Lucky. Not knowing what's happened to him has been impossible, and all you want to do is hug him and tell him it's going to be okay. You want to believe Lucky is going to be fine, but every time you try, you flash back to the snapping sound and lose your senses all over again. There's also been little word on what happened, what caused the Crush to lash out, or rather if he was in control when he did. The Hero Project has been surprisingly tight-lipped on the subject. Aside from a statement of rebellion claiming the Crush exhibited no signs indicating he would do something like this, voluntary or not. What do you think that happened? The Crush showed his true colors. Whatever happened, I feel terrible for him. I'm convinced the Meek did this, especially the way it influenced the election. Could the pump bills be part of the outbursts? I didn't trust the pills in the first place.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the pills too, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're too, suspicious not to.
Alright. If so, could Rebellion been involved with planning this? Or was he just someone's unwitting pawn? If this was indeed planned, who was it by? If the pump is really behind the Crush's outburst, you should be thankful you turned down Rebellion's offer. As part of, if you can't help but to wonder, if you had stayed in the competition and taken pump, would have that been your power spiraling out of control instead of the Crush's? We will have more important updates as to the status of the Crush and Lucky, as well as the full shutdown of Colic's info order. Rexford continues, once the audience has set it back down. Also, we will still commence with the 2 planned eliminations tonight, so be sure to stay tuned. You plant yourself in your seat on the stage, wondering how tonight will play out. One way or another, it's sure to be a very memorable night.
Really?
You sit on stage, trying to keep your frayed nerves from pulsing in your body. The Hero Project has been drawing out the lives, the 2-hour finale as long as possible, waiting for the announcement of anything important until the end. He sat through a dozen montages highlighting the competition, updates on Colic's and the Infra Order's incarnation, and the live interviews with the finalists and the judges. Now that the stage has been cleared for everyone except for Colton and the present members of the Final 14, All the eliminated finalists, except for Scroundle, of course, who currently resides in a maximum security prison with the rest of the Infra Order, sits behind the remaining 6 finalists. Everyone's hoping / expecting the Crush or Lucky to come out and join the proceedings too, especially since the elimination's about to begin. Alright, it's time to begin the task at hand, Colton says. I would like to turn to our judges for some important announcements about tonight's finale. Rexford clears his throat and puts his biggest grin on his face to begin to say, obviously, the question on everyone's mindset is the status of the missing 2 finalists from our final 8, and how it might affect our elimination tonight. So to address the Crush's current status, I turn to Rebellion. First of all, I like to say we put our faith in the Crush. No one more so than me, the Rebellion side. No one can be as shocked or disappointed by this terrible outburst as I am. Still, I am pleased to report the Crush is currently in stable condition and begins sedated until the time that his powers are once again fully under control. I can also confirm at this time that the Crush did seem to lose complete control of his powers, though the heroologists are still working to determine on how and why this must have happened. There's so much we don't understand about infinite powers.
How and why? I don't know. Maybe because he was dosed up on some shit? Like, for real. He didn't lose control. He lost everything.
Exactly. Alright. Rebellion takes a moment to exchange a solemn nod with President Victon. President. That's going to be a title very difficult to adjust to, and you can already tell. Whatever happened, it is clear that the Crush is in violation of the terms of his release of the Devilry. As such, we have no choice but to eliminate the Crush in 8th place. Rebellion finishes. Now let me be clear. When the Crush were here tonight, his leaderboard scores would have qualified him for elimination regardless. No matter which way you cut this, the Hero Project and the LEP will not tolerate such irresponsibility and reckless displays.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
So disgusting.
The live audience erupts into applause. You look around trying to sort through how you feel about this news. The Crush was nothing but an ally to me, and I'm sad to see him eliminated. Let's be real, that's the real one.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. The first one. We don't even need to read anything. I would be like, I wish the Crush had been given the chance to speak for himself, to leave it dignity. But this, though, the first one.
Yeah, he was nothing but an ally to us.
Excuse me, get off of there, thank you.
He did so much good, and they're not treating him like he did anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just disgusting.
Oh, Dummy Chip, you're Dummy Chip. Remember?
Oh yeah, Demichip.
Yeah, that's you.
Right. I can't remember what I did.
She's a robot.
Right. So I think I did like I'm trying to think. That leaves us with our finalists vote for 7th place. Demichip announces after the applause that finally dies down. Obviously, we are also missing Lucky tonight, a hero who has worked so hard and sacrificed so much to make it this far in the Hero Project. I know all of our hearts go out to Lucky as we wonder what he is doing. Yeah, this Rexford next.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Rexford takes over. As a result of the Crush's brutal and unpredicted attack, Lucky remains in a comatose state. Breathe. Honey, breathe. As a result of a team of top heroologists and doctors are attending to him in hope for a full recovery. But at this time, they cannot confirm whether Lucky will wake up from his coma. I already feel like our first option, I don't have to read it. The first one is like, part of me has died a little.
I genuinely feel that right now.
Why am I laughing at that? I don't know why. As this news travels across the auditorium, you can feel the mood turning. Whatever anyone's feelings of Lucky might have been, no one wanted to see something like this happen to him, or any hero for that matter. So we're clearly choosing. It feels like a little part of me has died hearing this news.
Honestly, for real.
Mm-hmm. All you want to do is to have Lucky here, to see him again. You can't even begin to fathom, though you might not get to. Demichip.
There is so much at stake tonight, Demichip continues. Our 6 winners will receive a total sum of $100,000 and sign a 1-year contract with the America's first government-sanctioned national power team, the AP. The Rebellion.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime, one that changes our heroes' lives forever, Rebellion picks up. So we judges do not take this decision lightly. Whatever happened to Lucky is terrible tragedy, and we wish him a swift recovery. But to our great regret, we have no choice but to move forward in the competition. As such, we have no choice but to eliminate Lucky in 7th place. Did you just smack and stand up and walk away?
I almost got up and walked. You would have heard my chair, but I did smash. I was just like, oh, there's no.
Just breathe. Breathe.
I'm upset.
I know you are, sweetie.
I got so invested in him.
It doesn't mean he's dead.
So emotionally invested. No, but
Hold on, I'm gonna send you something that's not spoiling people who see that watch this, okay? Alright, I send it to you on Discord.
Okay. Hold on. My Discord's being slow.
You happy about that?
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
As Rebellion finishes sentence, your stomach flips over in your body. Not just because of how things turn out for Lucky, because you realize that we have our 6 here. Oh, fuck. It's not Colton. We have our 6 winners right here. Rexford finally screams, I'm not screaming your fucking thing. Causing the crowd to burst into hysterics. Here they are, America. Kelton shouts, running across the stage. I give you the founding roster of the AP. Inherit, Jury, Wintry, Stage Lord, Summit, and Knoll. As confetti showers begins to rain down on the 6 chosen heroes, you clap your hands together and put on a smile. Even though you're happy for Jenny, even though you know you did the right thing, even though you're proud of making as far as you possibly could, and even though you probably wouldn't want to work alongside a participating group of heroes anyway, you still wish it was you under the spotlights. But you know you'll find another way, right? Once all the confetti has fallen, the judges have taken to the stage to congratulate the winners. Colton asks everyone to take their seats once again, which is odd, since you thought this would be the big finale, but it appears the producers might have one last trick up their sleeves. Once you figure that out, you see President Victon walk upon the podium stage, with ever so stylish Mrs. Victon at his side. This is definitely the way you would want to go out, wanting to have your experience on the Hero Project. But you suppose you had better get used to seeing the Victon's face a whole lot more for the next 4 years. First of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate all of the Hero Project's winners, who have now become founding members of the brightest Heroes franchise's nation has seen, the AP. Victon pauses to letting the applause wash over him before continuing. I also like to congratulate my son Jerry on growing into the kind of hero and the kind of man I always knew he would be. I am proud to serve America, standing alongside my family. When you rest your head at night, always know that the Victons will have you covered. Despite another enormous reaction from the audience, you don't think you'll ever find that particularly comforting notion.
For
Oh my
real.
god, I gotta keep fucking reading as him. Shit. Choosing these incredible heroes and electing me as your next president was a call. Call, America. A call for greater vigilance as we discover what exactly powered abilities mean for the future of our nation. And that is what I call to answer. That the AP is more than a prepared answer, for there is so much work to be done. While this is a night to celebrate, there is one that stands for much more. We arrive here on this joyous occasion with some momentous victory, but only after surviving some terrible tragedies. If the AP has not proven anything, it is that power terrorists like Kolick and the Empire Order will not be tolerated. But there's something else we have rights to condemn, that the infinity disasters like the one participated by the true wolf in sheep's clothing, the Crush. And I stand here to admit that the American public, that I place full weight on the Crush's failure on my own shoulders. As one who had the greatest hand in placing him here, no one wanted to believe that the Crush has changed more than me. I truly believe that the sickness within him has been cured by our own power rehabilitation infrastructure, an infrastructure that I have dedicated my career to building. And for a time, it appeared to me, to all of us, that the Crush had done all he could to redeem himself. But the power within the Crush, the untold levels of infinity power, was more than he could handle. It is our job now to ask that power is more than that this kind of power is more than any person can handle. Yes, I've made a great mistake with the Crush, Victon sighs, but I will not intend to make ever again. That's
Oh no.
That's why, as my first act as the president-elect, will be announce a new initiative, one that will be administered through the AP to ensure infinite disasters like the Crush will not be allowed to happen again. We are going to launch a nationwide campaign to learn that all we can about infinity class and help power infinity powers to control the considerable talents, harness them for maximum good. And we're going to use all our resources and enemies of our enemies to do so. As President Vinton says this, the machines roll on stage. Not just any machines. Kolick's anti-morphing bioweapon, retrofitted, rearranged, and repainted gold and green. What the slugger is this?
What?
I gotta fix my ear. Oh god, because there's an itch in my ear and all that with my plugs. In conjugation with the Meek movement, scientists, we have found a way to use this groundbreaking technology used by the evil Kolick and reconfigure it for good. A tool to help infinite powers regulate their considerable abilities. In the very near future, we will be asking all infinity powered citizens to come to a national research center for compulsive power testing and, if necessary, to commit infinity power therapy using this stunning new piece of technology. We are calling it the Infinity Regulator, a groundbreaking therapeutic tool to help dampen infinity powers. As Vinton keeps talking, you feel more uneasy. I say the first one, the government is going to be rounding up and targeted citizens.
Right?
In the history of the entire Earth, when has this ever gone well?
For real.
And that goes with modern day times, too. This is not slugging good. Although this initiative will not take place until I've officially taken my seat in the Oval Office, I would like to join Rebellion, the leader of the AP, and Rexford Schillingers, the team CEO and chief liaison, in asking our valued Infinite finalist, Captain Hammer, to volunteer himself as the first participant as the full new initiative. As you hear this, all the blood in your veins turns to ice. Vincent wants you to the sluggard. What? Captain Hammer has proven himself as a shining example of infinity heroics. President Vinton says, his eyes falling directly on you. And we would like him to join us in this show of faith in front of all America to see that the Vinton administration and AP will be committed to enforcing proper infinity-powered regulation. So, what, Captain Hammer? Will you be the first to demonstrate the amazing dampening innovations that we have proven in the service of the American public?
No.
As President Vinton finishes. Okay. We know if Lucky was there, he'd be like, fuck no.
Right? It's like, nope, no thank you.
Just wrap himself around us, be like, no touchy, no touchy.
No, right?
Ushering you forward towards the Infinity Regulator. The stage ceases to spin around you and you feel nothing's real. What is happening here? They can't possibly ask you to do what they think they're asking you to do. You look across the stage at Jenny in her null suit, despite for some kind of insight. Though you can't see her face, she tells you all you need to know with a simple shake of her head. You know whatever you do in this moment, all of America has its eyes on you. Not just as a representative for Infinity Class powers, but as a representative of the next era of American heroics. So what are you going to do? Stop the initiative here by destroying it. Refuse to submit as a public defiance. Agree with the platform, but declare I will never trust him after what he did and threatened to ruin my life. Allow my powers to be dampened to save face with the public. I'm for the first two, but I don't know which.
Oh man, both of them are like, oh man. I mean, I could just see him accidentally hurting someone, though. Us, we, people.
Okay, by hurting someone, are we saying as if we destroy stuff, or?
Yeah, they're like using the infinity power. Like, I could see like it going out of hand and like hurting, say, Jenny. And I don't want to hurt Jenny. Like, but then again, I don't think this machine should just exist, and if we just like stand here and say no, we might not get a choice.
So are we saying to pretty much tell him to fuck off or destroy it?
I don't know.
It's really confusing. We both know, but if we just either way with these options, we're gonna fuck up everything.
Right, we're going to drag ourselves into a deep hole. There's no question of that.
Yeah, but it's like, do we want to do it? Do we want to prevent people being hurt, or just pretty much tell them to fuck off? Because it's very likely this will fuck everybody over.
I say fuck it. Let's destroy it.
We're gonna fuck shit up, people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, we don't have that. All right, we're gonna destroy this shit. I don't believe in your vision, Victon. Your version of America doesn't look anything like mine. You say, raising your hands to blast. So slugger your weapon of persecution. Before anyone can stop you, a nuclear-boosted energy blast is charges around your hand, ready to rip Victon's regulator. You let a blast loose, but to find it splashes against this golden shield, one that Inherited has wrapped around Infinity Regulator last second. Of course, Victon wants to do this shit. Captain Hammer has lost control of his infinity power. No, we didn't. We just went.
No, what? We were just literally sat here and said, nah, bitch.
Nah, bitch.
And like, for real.
President Victon shouts at the podium microphone. The AP, take down Captain Hammer. You know what? That isn't true for 1 second. You've never been more in control in your entire life. President Victon is trying to set you up, clear as day. But the heroes begin to descend upon you. Heroes you stood beside not too long ago don't seem to care about that. They're too on edge after what happened to the Crush to stop to think. You don't have to spare a second to reflect upon the millions of betrayals and injustice committed against you. But you know this. Jenny was right. The Hero Project must have always had an Infinity Order agenda, one that places crosshairs on you. You don't know who's exactly behind this, but when you can accept from Victon's resume, you have to stand and fight now. So what are you gonna do? Fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You survey the scene, and there are 6 targets lining up to take you down. Oh god, my ear itching so bad. Okay.
Oh dear.
Damichip and Rex were guarding the toy, the meek security guards under the President's Secret Service, Wintry and Stage Show, Summit, Jury and Inherit, and Rebellion. As you decide to handle first, Jenny jumps into the fray, her null suit primed to go.
I told you I'd have your back, Captain Hammer.
Noel shouts as she charges away at Rexford and the Infinity little toy. But you also need to know that before Noel can finish her sentence, Demetra steps into Noel's path, arming her considerable body arsenal. It looks like it's going to be a battle of the Robo Ladies. Oh my. Which means you need to fight your way through the other targets to get over to Ginny, since she must have something from her investigation to tell you about all of this. So you step forward to fight, activating your meat chip warning system.
All right.
That's you.
This battle will be against so many hunties. You gotta focus on making the smartest fighting choices to make it out alive, boo. You best make appropriate power choices for each target. And there won't be no support. You have to keep track of your power and health levels in order to live. Meat Chip Hallelujah finishes.
Oh boy.
Before you can even get through the AP, a sworn secret service agents take the president away. They don't seem to want anything to do with you, which is fine. You have enough to deal with for now. The meek will not stand for this display. That's my shouting for her.
Oh my god.
Constance shouts from her own front row seats, pointing at her arm detail of armed guards in your direction. Slugging great. Before you can reach you, the Dwarp squad. I don't give a shit. Dwarp squad appears from the rafters and neutralize the meat guards. You had no idea they'd be here, but it looks like your help with Ginny's DRPR investigation is paying off. As you move on, you can't help but to think, if the DRPR support here, Ginny must have uncovered something pretty nasty. With the meat guards taken care of, you find Wintry and Stage Show coming for you next. It's no surprise that these sheep would do whatever they're told, even if it's persecuting fellow powered heroes or former friends. As the women run up to you, they start firing an ice case laser bomb. You flip above the ice case bomb and it shatters to the floor, sending laser light beams shooting across the stage. Oh, fuck yes. You're about to launch an attack when you find Matt Girl and the bear standing beside you, ready to fight, yo.
Yeah.
That's right, bro. Underdog. Oh, yeah.
That was me.
That was you. Yeah, that was you.
Underdogs until the end, Matt Girl says. Besides, we're not about to stand for this slugging nonsense, not after what they did to Lucky. Hell's yeah! Come on, girl!
You don't know what to say, but you're thankful for the help right now. You had to take these two down on your own, if not to support. And I'm dying for a piece of that hag! The bear shouts, immediately charging at Stacia. Okay, dude. Stage Show. He shrugs off two laser bombs as they explode against his thick hide, tearing away towards his Stage Show. With the women caught off guard, the bear manages to grab Stage Show by the arm and tosses her at the stage across Wintry. As the battle rages on, Mac Girl hovers forward, pulling you along.
The producers try to escort us off stage with fumble and black magic, but we weren't about to let this happen. Matt Girl says, though I'm glad the bear is taking on Wintry. I don't think I could face what she has big. Matt Girl doesn't get to finish as Summit comes swinging for you both.
Alright. Well, I decided to eat a fucking chip.
That's what you get.
Of course, Summit would back up Viken's power regulation. He must be thrilled with all these developments, and as you can tell that he is, since he smiles as he arms his energy bow, an arrow mid-swing. Come to think of it, it's probably the first time you've ever seen Summit smile. But that smile is wiped from his face as Matt Girl snapped forward, knocking Summit off of course with a super fast shoulder check.
I've got this covered, Matt Girl says, flying after Summit, who recovers from the hit with a graceful flip. Do me a favor and knock Jerry upside the head for me.
I'm just doing a little happy dance with this.
Yeah.
Done and done. You stay very ready to finally face off your so-called rival. Ah, what the hell? No. Jury is joined by Inherent, and both of them run at you from opposite sides, encased in Inherent's golden shields. They obviously mean to crush you between their rock-hard shields. Your infinities Dude,
Oh boy.
blocking all that. Stop that. Your infinity superiority. I can't even say it. I can't say this. Your complex, there we go, will not be stand. Inheritance sounds. The meek shall inherit the earth. I always knew you were a bad seed, rookie. Jury shout, just like those degenerate parents of yours. Oh, you're gonna enjoy this. Okay, so we gotta keep track. All right. Take down inheritance shields using a nuclear energy disruptor. Disinherit inheritance meat chip. Blast through both the shields. Disable.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. All right. You know that inheritance shields are generated by his meat chip, and you know your powers have a knack for disrupting electronics. With a snap of your fingers, you disrupt the Meek's meat chip with your your energy powers, and you are doubly pleased to find that it activates Jury's meat chip too. Another helpful hint from your investigation with Jenny. Inherent and Jury still come off at you, not yet realizing their shields have dropped. Sweet slugger, this is gonna be good.
Ooh.
Wrapping both your hands in oversized energy fist, you spin mid-air and listen to the cracks as you knock Inherent and Jury in their smug jaws. Spinning back to the stage, you have to admit that those may have been the two most satisfying hits of your career. As an Inherent hits the ground, you triple his body's gravity, sending him down through the stage to whatever's below. Then, Jury comes back at you, tries to hit you from behind, but you spin under his blow. Then you launch up into the sky with Jury in your grip, raising so high that the cameras can't hear what you're about to say. I will not. Oh, no, you gotta do that, Jury.
Oh. I will not stop until I take down your entire family.
The feeling's mutual, cutie. Jury spits. So you let Jury go and send him rocketing back towards the ground with one last punch.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who is right there? Oh, my girlfriend's awesome. Standing back on the ground, you feel really good until you see Rebellion standing in front of you. And the chill runs through your entire body.
Oh, that's me, right. Mm-hmm. I thought that was Rebellion for a second. You are the last person on the planet I expect this from, Rebellion. You say, it may not be perfect, but it's all you can think to say at the moment.
I love I hit my titty as I do that. Took the words right out of my mouth, Rebellion says, coming at you full force. This is most definitely not a fight you want, but it's a fight you have to win. We can drop a gravity bomb on him, trap him in a shrinking energy cage, or Rebellion get close and then fry him with the energy flash.
Oh, man.
And our power is at 85.
85, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I have to remember... Rebellion, he's
Superman.
He's Superman. So, I'm not good at remembering everyone's like powers and weaknesses, but I feel like maybe one of the last two, either the middle one or the last one, probably would be better.
I would say the last one too.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're gonna fry his ass.
Yeah.
You let Rebellion come close for his next hit, priming for the energy flash, but Rebellion is faster than you expect. Ah, shit. Knocking you in the side with a swipe as you emit your energy flash. You double over from the pain, but you find that your flash managed to knock Rebellion clear across the stage. Where's our health at? Our health is at 85 now.
Oh, jeez.
Not missing a beat, Rebellion pops up to his feet and comes at you once again, faster than you could expect it. Without giving you time to react, Rebellion forces you to go toe-to-toe with him, sending powerful punches as you rapid fire. But you manage to dodge and block those blows. Rebellion may be insanely good, but you study his moves for years, and you know how he likes to fight. Frustrated, Rebellion throws a wild mega punch, One you dunk over, swivel around, manage to catch him in the side with a heel kick. Then you spin into an uppercut, sending Rebellion back across stage. I want to check out. Okay, that's so good. You take a moment to just breathe and smile. The entire nation just saw you win a sparring session with its #1 hero. Not to mention that the fact Rebellions really deserves to take a few hits after all this has gone down. But before you pull yourself back together, that attack might have done the trick now, but you know Rebellion will be back for more much faster than you like. Before any of the AP can come back for round 2, you fly towards the end of the stage where Jenny stands over Demichev's limp robo body. Next to that, Rexford sits restrained behind the depowered Infinity Regulator. No, we won't have more than a few seconds, she said, landing at her side. What's our next move?
Do you want to tell him or should I? Null says, eyes on Rexford.
You say one word and I would end you, Rexford spits. You would never work in Millennium City. No, this entire country ever again.
Suit yourself, Null says, turning to make sure the camera orbs floating around the scene are still recording. She turns to you, obviously ready to drop some new bomb.
Oh, come on, girl, let's do this.
Oh, yeah. Rexford was using Scoundrel to communicate with Kulik and coordinate all of the Hero Project missions against the Infra Order, Null says, and he was doing this in service of the Meek movement as one of their secret apostles.
Ooh.
As Null's... Ooh. I knew he had something bad in him. As Null speaks, you scramble to put the pieces together. Rexford was the Meek mole, and he was working with Kulik too. More questions race through your brain, but Null keeps going, so you force yourself to pay attention. Rexford's main directive was to arrange for you and the Crush to have uncontrolled Infinity incidents, fueled by an illegal drug named Pump. And all of this was done in order to boost the anti-powered sentiment before the presidential election to place Mayor Victon in office. Null then turns directly towards the nearest camera and takes off her helmet. My real name is Jenny Yu, and I was placed in the Hero Project by the DRPR to uncover this conspiracy, Jenny says. And this is information I can only procure thanks to Captain Hammer's unwavering cooperation and personal sacrifices in the...
Lying sluggers! My cat just jumped when I did that. Rexford suddenly screams, I won't let you ruin me! Not again! You turn towards Rexford, who has somehow gotten loose from Null's restraints and stand behind the regulator, which he's reactivated, and pointed directly at Jenny. I say we jump in front of Jenny.
Yeah.
Gotta protect our bro.
Gotta protect the best bro.
Mm-hmm. Rexford screams and fires the regulator at Jenny, causing a stream of clear waves to shoot at Xenoboy. Without thinking twice, you drive in front and shove Jenny out of its fiery line. She goes limp as you knock her aside, so you prepare to tuck into a roll and tumble next to her, until the blast catches you in the chest, and then you can't feel anything at all. Next chapter, the Hero Projection. Chapter 14. The dock rocks underneath you, and you look at the mountains lining the lake. It's almost enough to make you feel alright. Almost. After 2 months, you thought things would have settled, and this nightmare would reverse itself. And you have your life back, but then you feel some peace, despite everything that's happened. But now all you can think is, maybe it will take 3 months. She's here, Lip! Grandma calls from ashore, a giant tree branch waving at you from above. Aww.
Aww.
If there's been one upside being stuck at this lakeside DRPR safe house, it's seeing Grandma in her natural element. After all, she only ever moved into the big city for you. You stand and turn, stepping off the docks to hover back to shore. You make several feet, then you feel the same surge of emptiness as you find yourself dropping into the water. Slugger, you keep forgetting. Part of you just wants to sink to the bottom of the lake and stay there. Forget about everything and just sleep. To wipe clean the memory of that needle blast ripping into you, taking away everything. But the better part of you knows nothing lasts forever. So you rise back to the surface, hoping some brighter news.
Oh. My, are we serving fish this season? Jenny asks as you sit down across the table. still dripping.
You'll be the first to eat it up. I know that much, she said.
Oh!
I love
Touché.
it. I love it.
There we go. At least we kept our humor.
Yeah, we kept our humor.
Now, have there been any changes with your powers? Improvements, I hope? Ginny asks, her eyes on a holo report as she has to fill out.
I can only access my normal powers for a few seconds at a time. Then nothing. You say, swear in your physical pain as you do so.
Well, that's way better than last month, Ginny notes, and it confirms the research that the Infinity Regulator's power dampening effects are only temporary. It's a promising sign that you should regain your powers gradually.
But did they know how long it would take to restore my full power, you ask? Or rather, will there be any permanent damage?
Only time will tell, but there's no reason to think you shouldn't make a full recovery, Ginny says. You want to ask more, but the look on Ginny's face tells you she wishes she had more to offer you on the subject, too. Anyway, I'm sorry for not being able to debrief you sooner. Ginny starts switching gears, but we've been busy dealing with the fallout from the finale and wrapping up the investigation.
I'm dying to hear everything.
Then let's get to it, Ginny says, opening a new holo file. Before...
you can go. You do it.
Before you get started with Ginny, you close your eyes and take a deep breath. You've been waiting all of these weeks for answers, replaying what happened in your head over and over, even in your sleep. Just when you thought you were over your nightmares, this new horror has brought them all right back. The immediate fallout after the finale was so intense. It was a national news bomb, with coverage exploding into thousands of rumors about what really happened with you, Ginny, Rexford, and the Hero Project. For days, it seemed like no one could pinpoint the truth about anything. And although the dust has settled, opinions on what really went down are still very mixed. As a result, the nation seems to be divided in between pro and anti-powered politics. Two-party system. After what you did at the finale and what was done to you, you were turned into a national symbol, both by your supporters and your opposition. Some see you as an anti-government upstart, while others see you as a hero standing up to obvious corruption. You're mostly viewed as a figure to be feared, a powerful infinity force to be reckoned with. To your supporters, you're a symbol for powered rights. However, to many others, you're seen as a rebel, a dangerous political threat who isn't in control of his considerable powers. Despite how the Hero Project turned out, it has still transformed you into an icon. You are the representation of everything that some Americans stand for, and for others, everything they oppose. And I couldn't be happier about it. Deep down, I've always felt I was born for this kind of responsibility. It's not necessarily what I would have wanted, but I'm happy to accept this important role. I would have rather just won the Hero Project and joined the EAP. I want to be a hero, not an infamous icon. I'm glad America got to see me stand up to victim with a powerful display. Or at least I was smart enough not to take the pump. Who knows how badly things would have turned out for me if I had. I mean, all of these are kind of...
Yeah.
I think, like, the last one is the most apparent, because we sat here and we're like, nope, it's a bad idea, it's a bad idea, it's a bad idea. And then it showed specifically, I'm like, if he had that, or we had that, and we got hit by the machine, we could have, like... lost more than just everything.
What? LARPing's returning to Roanoke. Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, boy!
No, that's something I want to do. Oh, my God. Oh, dude, I'm going to have to get out of the class and go there. Yes! Yes, Hunty, yes! What? Haha. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, but I do agree with the last one though.
Yeah.
Alright. You can keep going. You can keep reading. I've been reading most of this, so.
Right. Hold on just a second. Okay. All right. After Rexford blasted you with the Infinity Regulator, Ginny got a hold of you and you both escaped with the help of the DRPR. Then, after a few days of medical examination, Ginny and the DRPR placed you in this lakeside safe house until they could figure out everything that happened with the Hero Project and decide what your next move should be. And that's where you were able to take some time to piece together the events leading up to the finale from what Ginny told you. After the Infra Order was captured and processed, the DRPR got a crack at questioning Scoundrel, the main person of interest in Ginny's investigation. Scoundrel ended up confessing to being placed in the Hero Project as an Infra Order mole tasked with transferring messages between Rexford and Kulik, as per an agreement to coordinate their missions for the maximum media coverage. This information was obtained only hours before the Hero Project finale went live, so the DRPR delayed arresting Rexford to see if he might connect anyone else to this plot before the show ended. Sorry.
We're almost done with this one, though.
Yeah, no. Now, having Rexford as a target, Ginny was able to return to the Hero Project compound before the finale, only because she protected Null's identity and allowed her to stay in the competition. Once back, Ginny was able to finally intercept the third signal transmission and discover it was from Rexford's Meade ship. Crunch for time as the finale began, Ginny reported this finding to the DRPR, and they put a SWAT team in place to arrest Rexford after the ceremony ended. Of course, Ginny wanted to tell you all of this, but she couldn't risk it on Live 3V. Then, when President Vixen rolled out the Infinity Regulator and turned it on you, Ginny made the call to take down Rexford. The DRPR SWAT team was deployed to assist the now infamous battle broke out between you and the AP. Ginny was then able to reveal Rexford's connection to Kulik on air, as well as his status as a secret Meek apostle and his anti-Infinity Pump plot timed for the presidential election. Ginny was also able to reveal her true identity as an undercover DRPR agent and announced your cooperation with her investigation. That is, before Rexford took the shot, heard round the world. Yeah, that just seemed like a weird sentence to me. Sorry.
That actually is the historical sentence.
Yeah.
Shot heard around the world. Then you have with the Stonewall riots, the shot glass heard around the world.
Right. No, that makes sense now. It just took me a second. You blacked out after that, but Rexford was promptly arrested in a very public fall from grace. Confirmation of Ginny's DRPR status on air gave immediate legitimacy to her accusations and did major damage not only to Rexford, but also the Hero Project, the AP, and the Meek Movement, and President Vixen. In the aftermath, Constance Oblock, Inherit, Rebellion, and President Vixen distanced themselves from Rexford and dumped all of the blame on him. The Meek did have to admit that Rexford was a high-ranking member because of the proof Ginny procured about the Meek transmissions, but the Meek claimed that Rexford was acting entirely of his own on his own to put this agenda together. Those communications were private cleansing ceremonies that are part of the secret Meek doctrine. Despite this, the image damage done by these organizations was significant, helping to lower the anti-power sentiment considerably, and Rexford was exposed as a true villain in the Hero Project. Taking him down was a major victory, no matter what. However, Ginny has hinted that there's still more to the story that you don't know, and you've been waiting to get the full scoop for months, which is why Ginny is here today. But you're still trying to sort out your feelings on all of this craziness. All of what Ginny has revealed fits perfectly into the investigation. Everyone should have known not to trust Scoundrel from the start. I wonder how deep Rexford's connections to the Infra Order might be.
Number 1. I say number 1.
Oh, did I? I think I clicked number 1 anyways.
Oh, okay.
I think I accidentally said next without... Boy, howdy. I guess I was too eager. Sorry about that. You look across the table at Ginny, ready to get some closure and hopefully move on. I've finally closed the investigation and put together this report, which I'm going to hand in directly after this meeting, Ginny says. I thought you should know what happened before it gets even more classified, though. Ginny slides a hollow tablet across the table and you stare at it, not sure if you're ready for whatever lies inside. A mix of anticipation and dread swirls through your stomach, making you feel queasy. But you steel yourself and pick up the report and open the hollow menu.
Do we really want to go through all this, though?
I mean, not really.
So
I think we all
finished reviewing the reports.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh,
Slugger.
that's you.
Yeah. Sweet Slugger, you whisper, placing the hollow tablet back on the table.
I know, Ginny says. Quite something.
Will any of this become public knowledge?
The legal mess and the interagency politics are insane on this. Plus, our hands are fairly tied without any physical evidence. Not to mention that there's lots of high-ranking people who want to minimize the fallout from this disaster. Ginny says with a sigh, I'm going to make it my personal mission to make sure the truth comes out. But that day might not be coming anytime soon. Slugger. And that's tell me. For now, the AP will stay intact under Rebellion's leadership, minus both of us, of course, Ginny says. Unfortunately, those heroes don't see that supporting Rebellion and Victim will probably lead them to their own persecution at the hands of the meek.
Don't see or don't care, you said, thinking that Summit may support this cause, but he must see the President and the meek are threats to the principles. Wintry's sold out. Stage show has been in there for the fame. Inherit has gained quite a bit. Jury has advanced ahead of me again. Rebellion's involvement is the most shocking of all. Rebellion.
Yeah, I'm the same there. Whether or not Rebellion was really involved in the secret cabal, he still stood in support of President Victon and the AP, and that is thoroughly disappointing. Well, they'll at least be at Victon's inauguration, Ginny says, along with Obak. Unfortunately, you have. While the Meek movement took a definite hit, they still remain insanely powerful, especially with President Victon in office. And the Meek unveiled their latest move, creating a sovereign headquarters on a roving cruise ship, which will occupy international waters surrounding the U.S. It's their first step towards building what they call the one true Meek nation. And they've put on an open call for all Meek followers to come live there. Even more gross. Hey, but if we sink the ship... No. They're all in one place. I have to tell you a story after this. I just realized that you're going to very much enjoy.
I just to message you what this entire Meek movement is to me.
Oh my god. Hold on. I have to pull it up on
your phone.
Oh my god, true!
That's what
true
this
facts!
Is.
True facts!
It is. Especially with the boat.
Oh my god, yes, that's true. Oh my god.
Battle Cassie, no, not no. Cassie's like we battleship. Battleship best plan. Is it?
Yes.
Is it alcoholic battleship though? Is the question.
That's even better. That's even more fun.
Alcoholic battleship. I'll be all for that. Trust me. All right. Did you finish?
Right. You can imagine a more horrifying place to be, or a more frightening political shit. Sorry, I got noises at me. All right. It seems a storm is brewing. Ginny starts. I'm sure you'll find yourself at the Eye of Lip. You have to know that you won't be safe here forever. Victon and the Meek will come for you at some point. You're a loose end they can't afford to leave untied as the biggest threat to their new regime. Oh, don't worry, you say. I'm counting on it. Oh, that was...
Bitch.
I'm sorry. I got too into it.
You did. Knowing what you know now, there may never have been a way to prevent all this from happening. The conspiracy was in motion long before the Hero Project, with way too many powerful people involved. All that you know is participating in Ginny's investigation and making sure she was able to see through it to the end, to the maximum amount of damage to your enemies. Not to mention that this allowed you to make the most informed decisions possible. In the end, you put Rexford behind bars. You made it out of the Hero Project alive. You've become an icon, and you've begun to expose President Victons and the Meek for who they truly are. No matter what else happened or what the public does or doesn't know, you and Ginny now know the truth about them. Oh, I need something to drink real quick.
I
burped and I felt something unusual.
Ooh.
You thought that you had some time before the Victons came for you, but obviously you were wrong. They've been plotting your downfall this entire time. President Victon and the Meek clearly won't stop until they destroy you destroy them. So in this moment, I swear to God, is my dad playing with my dog upstairs? Because it sounds like they're playing. Your rest of your career would be voted to stopping these corrupt sluggers from stealing the nation you call home. You're going to war. That's how I feel right now with my community.
Yeah, for real. I have like 2 stories to tell you now later. I have to be going, Ginny says, standing up. The mountain of hollow paperwork that goes along with this report isn't going to fill itself out.
Wait, one more question before you go. You say standing up. Your report never mentioned who sent those Me chip messages or how the DRPR knew to investigate this conspiracy in the first place.
That's because we don't know, Ginny answers. We've chalked both up to anonymous tips. No one has come forward to claim responsibility for either. And given the deep waters this conspiracy treads, that makes sense. I guess that'll just have to stay a mystery for another day. I go, what?
Did you just go prodigal?
Huh?
Did you just go prodigal?
Maybe. Ginny turns to go, but before she does, she spins around and pulls you into a hug. I don't like any of this mushy slugger, she whispers, but thank you.
Thank me for what, you whisper back? For taking that hit for you or for...
For all of it, she says, stepping back. Now don't push your luck, hotshot.
Never. You smile at Ginny, thinking you both saved each other in more ways than you can count through this whole experience. But hey, what are friends for? Oh, that's you.
Tell Grandma Apple I'll be back with some new shrubbery before she knows it. And with one final wave...
Yeah, I just see prodigal and crying faces.
Oh my god.
Because we both know what's going on. And all that. We know the truth. We know the truth. And with that one final wave, Ginny walks out the door, leaving you with quite a bit to think about. Later that night, you stare into the campfire flames, thoughts running wild through your head. The information from Ginny's reports are still clanging around, feeling heavy and hollow at the same time. Right now, the entire Hero Project experience feels more like a dream than reality. Reality. That's a very loaded world after everything you've been through. The Hero Project may have been built on a lie, but its consequences have become very real. Everything done on the show was to surface one story and one outcome. The producers and judges always had an agenda. The rigorous production schedule pushed me to be volatile and emotional. No matter what I'm responsible for my own actions, I learned more important lessons than I can count by being on the Hero Project. We learned a lot about ourselves on the Hero Project, really. Because our campfire song, campfire songs. No, because like our character clearly is like, I want to be a hero. I want to be noticed. I want this. We clearly throughout the game also we realize that's not what's important. It's our family and friends.
Right. We like put that out there.
So I say we learn more important lessons than I can count. That's my opinion.
Say that one more time, because you got cut out for me.
I say we learn more important lessons.
Yes.
All right. You're stronger and wiser and more aware after this experience, and you wouldn't trade that for anything. Thinking of this makes you wonder how the other eliminated finalists feel about being part of the Hero Project.
Lucky. Okay. Lucky.
Well, we could do all of them.
Lucky.
Okay, we will do Lucky first. Despite everyone's best wishes, Lucky has still not woken up from his coma. All of Lucky's doctors and heroologists are optimistic that he will still wake up. Character development, yeah! But no one knows for sure if that will happen or if Lucky will be damaged once he does. Though does not seem to be one silver lining. Oh, there does see one silver lining. After watching him on the Hero Project, the Millennium Group has extended an open invitation for Lucky to join their ranks once he recovers. This is why we love the diva. There's no doubt Lucky would see this as a completely life-changing, dream-come-true offer. You just hope now he gets the chance to accept the invitation someday. Because you list Lucky more than you can stand. But you managed to sneak away from the lake house to pay a visit to Lucky. Aww. But it didn't do much to make you feel better. You just wish there was something you could have done to stop this from happening. And all you can do is hope Lucky will wake up soon. In the meantime, I intend to make sure the sluggers who did this to Lucky pay. Lucky and I just found each other. It's so unfair he was ripped away from me. I'm going... Now that you're in a coma, we're going to give you an invitation.
Right?
I'm going to wait for Lucky. I think I know where you are. I'm going to wait for Lucky as long as it takes. I'm not abandoning him ever.
Yep.
Moving on, you think about, I say we look at Black Magic Crush, Bear, and Matt Girl too.
Matt Girl next?
Yeah, we can do Matt Girl next. Yes. Matt Girl has gone back home to finish high school before relaunching her career under the order of her parents. Standing with you and President Vinton standing with you against the president and the AP made Matt Girl an equality controversial figure, and it's no surprise that her parents want to pull her out of the spotlight for the time being. But you know one thing for sure about Matt Girl is that she's destined to be one of the greatest heroes of her generation. So you have a feeling you'll get a chance to fight alongside her again someday. The Crush. Hashtag relatable grandpa.
Hashtag relatable grandpa.
Not my mic. I dropped my mouse.
No!
I gotta get it. Come here, mouse. Come here. There we go. Okay. Alright. I say The Crush. Hashtag relatable grandpa.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Get it, got it, good.
Last she heard, the Crush was sent back to the Devoid to serve under another life sentence.
can
I
only
could
have
add
so many.
exonerating to the Crush to the long list of wrongs to right once I've recovered.
Yeah.
Because I love the Crush. Scary, sad, relatable grandpa. Alright. Moving on, you think about Black Magic. I mean, he was kind of a douchebag, but... Oh, hey, my camera just, decided to go, fuck you. There we go. Ah! You don't want to see it. There we go. Alright. Yeah, but I said, let's look at Black Magic.
Okay. We'll go back to Sleazy Boy.
Yeah, I also need to edit my thing because clearly we do not need to be donating to Houston anymore. I need to find links for Puerto Rico. Ever since his high-profile elimination, Black Magic has been completely absent from the public eye. You can only figure that he must be licking his wounds and waiting for his moment to return to the spotlight. Though after his Life Force Powers sourcing scandal, losing the Hero Project and being taken off the Millennium Groups, sucking the life out of the disabled, kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
Being taken off the Millennium Group's roster, you wonder if Black Magic will ever find a way to bounce back from this new low. Whatever happens to Black Magic, you know you don't want to be a part of it. I say the bear.
Let's go for our beautiful gay son.
I thought we were the beautiful gay son.
We are the beautiful gay son, but we can have another beautiful gay son.
That's also lucky.
Shit. Sorry, a big buff Cheeto Puff son.
He's not a Cheeto, though. That's an insult. You're comparing him to Trump.
No.
Why would you do that?
I just like the phrase.
The bear has moved back to LA to... We'd rather have a comatose Lucky than a Black Magic. Yes, we do. We would rather have him. The bear has moved back to LA to capitalize on the new level of fame the Hero Project has granted him, both in his heroic and acting careers. And fighting with you against the AP has made the bear even more of a controversial counterculture figure, which the bear... Cheeto Puffs are delicious, they are. Which the bear no doubt loves. You can only hope to cross paths with the bear again in the future after all you've been through together. Do we want to look at Fumble?
To be completely honest, I don't remember much about Fumble or Scoundrel.
Fumble was Stage Show's partner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Fumble. Ever since the Hero Project, Fumble has disappeared from the heroic spotlight. All the attention has been focused on Stage Show, who's allegedly filed for divorce after officially joining the AP.
Oh.
It appears Stage Show really loves the independent edit she got on the Hero Project, though who knows who's really pulling her strings. All you know that Fumble, the climber that he is, will find his way to claw back into the relatives. And then let's just go ahead and do Scoundrel. It's just the last one. Scoundrel is currently sitting in a prison with Kolick and the Emperor Order awaiting her trial. Though you're sure that she took some great deal giving the DRPR information she did about the Rex for Kolick connection. We're done reflecting.
Yeah, we're done. We're good.
If the Hero Project did anything, it made you consider what you're willing to sacrifice for. Time and again, the show made you decide what's really more important to you. And moving forward, without a doubt, no matter what matters most to you. My family?
Yeah, my family.
My family? And knowing this means more than anything right now. Alright. Oh, we got some Meet Chip Hallelujah whenever that. Alright, looking at Black Magic, I should have suspected something with a name like that. Yeah. Alright. Feeling better than you have in months, you decide to finally look over your heroic profile on the Legend Meter website. You are blocked from viewing this page during the AP, the Hero Project. And since the show, you haven't had quite the courage to see what's happened to your image. Taking a deep breath, you focus on your Meet Chip.
Let's see how my legend is doing, Hallelujah, you say.
Took you long enough, Hunty. Misha Hallelujah is appearing in front of you in a executive realness ensemble. Your wish is my hoe man.
Oh my god.
As Misha Hallelujah disappears, you're faced with your official League Meter heroic profile. Captain Hammer. Captain Hammer was a finalist on the Hero Project, best known as the show's heroic chameleon. However, Captain Hammer was eliminated from the show in 9th place. After his time on the Hero Project, Captain Hammer emerged as a beloved figure, revered as a symbol of persecuted powers everywhere, exemplified by his show of power, balance, and control. Woot woot! Reading over this description, you know that's a direct result of your strategy type. In combination with your loved and control stats, it looks like the decisions you made had some very real consequences when it came to your image. You're a heroic icon, so these stats define the message you want to send to the world. And no matter what, you can rest easily knowing your message was clear. Then you scroll down through your general statistics, seeing that you're seen as a justice-seeking, lawful, team-oriented, and defensive hero. And finally, you get to the most important number in your career, 65. You know your ultimate legend goal is to make it to 100, a feat that's only been achieved by one hero ever, Rebellion. Knowing the Hero Project could have placed you within a few points of this goal, how do you feel about the legend? I feel good.
Yeah, me
feel
too.
Good. So fantastic. Let's just say that.
Careful. Jeez.
Closing your heroic page and looking back up to the fire, you try to make sense of it all. It's a real hard realization, knowing that your dream is never going to come true the way you expected. Then again, dreams rarely do. Sitting here today, you're still one of the most famous heroes on the planet. Not just famous, but an emerging icon. By any standard, you're well on your way to becoming a legend. So it may have not happened the way you envisioned, but the reality may be far from what you had imagined. But it's an achievement you're still proud of. Cass, I know what happens. We both know. Shush. And again, you found yourself as part of another plot you couldn't fully control. But apparently control is something you're going to have to earn. You can't imagine that anyone else at the start or of any career feels any different. And ultimately, you can't say making all these sacrifices is doing something you love. Besides, it's how you choose to act under...
Same.
Yeah, circumstances like this that truly defies you. Because you know that moving forward, the choices are only get harder and harder. Especially since you can't shake the feeling that this is only the beginning. Despite all that's happened, you're standing at the start of something much bigger yet to come. But this time you're sure of one thing moving forward. You're finally going to take control. I have trouble coping over what happens to Cass. I do. And then
I'm sorry, but now I'm legit in fear.
Oh my god. Yes, he is one. Lip. Grandma says, walking up behind you. Would you mind dimming the fire a bit? Some of the Chrysothemis over there are causing offense racket about it.
Sure thing, Gran, you say.
Though not too low. You still need some light to read by, Grandma says, tapping you on the shoulder with an envelope.
What's this, you ask, taking the blank envelope from Grandma?
Looks like some old bat got the Devoid to agree to a return letter policy, Grandma beams. We only get 2 a year, but it's a start. This has always been her voice cast. Her voice has always been this. Yes, she smokes 30 packs a day, damn it. It just happened. I just... Oh, lady voice. Instantly went like this. It makes Grandma sound more like a badass, though.
She is pretty badass.
I just love I did a Z-snap and I'm not that flamboyant. I'm gay. I feel like she touched me for my birthday. Yes. That's how Grandma treats Lip. Every day is your birthday. Oh, honey, by the way.
Oh my god.
Okay. You stare down at the letter in your hands, not sure what to do next. Thank Grandma. Ask Grandma to read the letter with me or open the letter. Grandma reads it with us.
Yeah.
How else did you think this was gonna happen? Grandma says, sitting down beside you. You steady yourself.
Be like, honey, like you got a choice.
Yeah. You steady yourself and pull the letter out of the envelope. Catching the sight of your branded tattoos, you read the words there, at last. At last, we finally get the letter. Those words are all you have to remember by your parents. By some days, but not today. Oops, I dropped that. The letter is handwritten, just like yours, but in silver and red ink. You begin reading the first line, which I'm trying to pick this. The thing I was playing with dropped, and I'm trying to pick it back up with my foot. Okay, I'll just take it down. Okay. Lip, we have to start this laying by saying one thing first. We're so proud of you, and we know you did the right thing. Mike Wazowski, you forgot to finish your paperwork. And for now, reading those words, you feel fully at peace. Epilogue. Your own scare. Your eyelids feel heavy. After reading your letter about 30 times, it might be time to call it a night. Standing out to put up the fire, you let out a yawn stretch. Are you really that tired, chicken? You tense up, look up to find a figure standing behind the fire, wearing a Kevlar bodysuit.
How did you're supposed to be
imprisoned? Prodigal laughs, stepping into life. I'm a master of weaponry and surveillance. Those guards have been holding a hard-like decoy captive for months. Am I ruining the moment with memes? Probably. We ruin the scenes ourselves anyways. We asked Prodigal why she's here.
Yeah, it's not like we have much power left anyways.
Yes. Chicken, yes. I'm here for the little chat. Besides, I voted for you about 500 times on the Hero Project. I'm a bona fide fan. Though really, I thought you could have been a little bit more with my support, especially after those handy tips I sent you.
Wait, you sent me those cryptic me messages? You nearly shout.
To you and the DRP are both.
I knew it!
Can we talk about how Gigi and her have similar, but it's clearly different?
Yeah.
You see,
makes sense.
Yeah, you see, I was spying on Vicken when I came across this little cabal, and I had all these grand plans to use you to bring him down, being the proud, infinite advocate that I am. And our story really did need a sequel, although the fans thought so.
What did you do this time, you growl, and why didn't...
Hold your wild horses, chicken, Prodigal says, rolling her neck. It's rather uncomfortable journey getting to this little spot you got. Anyways, I stopped paying attention to the whole Hero Project scandalo after I sent that second me message. You see, while I was watching Vicken, I came across a particularly juicy tidbit, one that I spent a very long time investigating. As a matter of fact, that's what brings me here tonight. Spit it out. Have you gone off your meds again? 1 second, and I'm going to throw you into the fire.
Have you gone off your meds again?
Do you want that one?
I really do.
Okay. Now, there's no way to talk to your future partner now, is it? Oh, no, I gotta...
Oh, God.
Now, that's not one way to talk to your future partner now, is it? Prodigal sings songs. We're gonna do... Shh! We're gonna do something very big things together, you and I. We're gonna go to war with President Vicken.
I would never, ever.
Such a tiresome thing you are, but to think you change your mind, because I've confirmed a little nugget to help tear down Vicken's presidency and exonerate your parents in one fell swoop.
And why would you have interest in doing that? You ask, rapidly losing your patience.
Because you're not the only one with a little vengeance family reunion on the line, Prodigal says. Suddenly growing dead serious. You remember my mother, Miss Atterley? You know, the one who Vicken put your parents in jail for murdering?
You nod, holding your breath.
Well, it turns out Mother Darling is rather alive and well, Prodigal says, a smile curling along her lips. And you, Captain Hammer, are going to help me find her.
What?
Holy slugger. And that's right there is the end of the Hero Project. I like that the end? So.
That what? The end?
Yep.
Get him.
All right. So, we are done with the Hero Project. Which means next time we play, we will be playing Hero Fall. And then we will go into Redemption season.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, because I remember when I played Redemption season, I had turned my character into a female. Her codename was Argent because I was like, I'm going to do Teen Wolf shit with this. And she had hooked up with Jenny.
I mean, who wouldn't hook up with Jenny?
Okay, apparently our character, because he's gay.
Well, other than that, I mean,
Oh, Cass.
if you were...
Poor Cass. She's like, it's gonna hurt. I'm not ready. No.
I don't know what's going on.
It's gonna hurt for Shy here because she's never played this, and I'm just like.
He takes joy in my pain.
I do take joy in your playing.
This is. I could make a comment, but I'm not gonna.
Not when we're streaming.
Not while we're streaming.
Okay. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and end the stream to here, due to the fact we just finished the
stories
game.
to tell you.
Got shit to talk about. So, thank you all for coming. Cassie, wait till next week for the pain to begin. Just wait. Wait for the sweet, plentiful pain. Because I've seen fan work of it, and it was even painful. I'm going to put you in so much pain. And I'm going to like it so much. And I'm going to put Shy in so much pain. I'm going to sit here and laugh and be happy over it.
Horrible person.
I am a horrible
I love you, but you're a
horrible
horrible person.
I am. I mean, that is the purpose of me being someone who hates people. Fuck you, I'm not ready. You're gonna have to be.
No,
that's why. That's the reason why I play a good Prodigal. Because let's be real, my voice for Prodigal is pretty good.
It is.
It's kind of based off the Joker voice I was gonna have to do for something. So. Oh, Harley, you're the sweetest tool in my shed.
Oh my god.
I watched a Mark Hamill Vine over and over again to get that voice. So, alright. So we will see you all next week. So, find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Tumblr as TransNerdGuy.